broken system, chained and tangled up in lies. Voices shouting, screaming in defeat. Politicians playing games under darkened skies. Hope lost in the dust of the street. Red and blue, colors pouring from the sky. Debates turn to anger, the crowd gets loud. Punches flying in the blink of an eye. Truth buried deep beneath the shroud. Welcome to the bullpen, where the weak don't survive. These broken dreams we defend, trying to keep alive. Faces on the screen, flashing perfect teeth. But behind those eyes, just rotting greed. Politicians turn to whispers beneath. They all just get what they need. Whispering conspiracies, drowning in their lies. Echoes of freedom, lost in cries. Spin the wheel of fate, let's see who rise. But this game will bleed you dry. Welcome to the bullpen, where the weak will survive. These broken dreams we defend, trying to keep alive. Welcome to the bullpen, where the weak will survive. These broken dreams we defend, trying to keep alive.
Well, good evening and welcome to the Bullpen. It's another Sunday night. We're at I don't know, it's the beginning of the week, but we treat it like the end of the week, where we're going to review last week's happenings in
I am a
politics.
firm believer that Sunday's the end of the week, not the beginning of the new week.
That's how I feel about it too. Monday's the beginning because that's when everything starts going bad again. You're at work. So I consider the weekend until the weekend is over. But how you doing, Chad?
I'm doing pretty good. We're just getting the day on, getting Little League practice done, all that kind of good stuff.
You get the day off tomorrow for Labor Day?
I do. I'm back working in the world of government, and
So
they,
you
do,
get all
they
this
don't miss
stuff
any
off.
holidays. I get the full benefits, and I get the government. It's like, I have considered doing a follow up ex post to my one when I got laid off, where people were apparently celebrating and actually creating Reddit threads on it,
Yeah.
where they were like, "Oh, look at this douche, like cultist, MAGA cultist who's like, I believe in cutting government, so I can't be that bad." Well, guess what? My skills travel, and now I'm making more at a better job. So it took a
Oh yeah,
little
we'll
bit, but I
learn to
got it.
code.
And funny enough, that's involved with the workplace I do, but that's not quite what I do. I get to be finance, so I'm good.
Funny enough, the people who learn to code are the ones that are going to be getting
Yeah,
replaced.
yeah. If you learn, I tell people you can for a few $1,000s worth of certifications, you can get very high paying jobs if you're willing to do finance and accounting.
Yeah. Looks like. Well, I saw them sub to me yesterday, and I saw them in Zach's show earlier, but or last night early in the show. But looks like we've got my version of Chrissy Mare's boobs, Bromator, which is now revealed to be Elagabulus. I was trying to guess who it was, either you or Boosh McFadden, because I haven't seen either of you at the same time as Bromator. So Nice.
You can also find Brahmator frequenting the Morning Glory farm, as discussed on Ascendant Art when we found that book.
I've heard that book mentioned on 3 different streams since we talked about it Friday night. Is it just in the zeitgeist right now on Twitter or something?
I think somebody shared it, and
George
it's
the
so
Giant Slayer was talking about it earlier too.
well. I'm sure his book is well used, but I think it just the concept is so batshit crazy, and the fact that they're mixing in the like feminist themes as well. That she's a feminist pro woman sex worker who feels guilty about having feelings for the Minotaur who pays for her dinner when they go on dates.
But I mean, that is the whole reason that it would exist. The theory that I've heard is because she's a feminist, or the people who would be reading this are probably fantasizing about this because the feminists tend to pick a whole bunch of weakling, effeminate men because most of them are on the left.
Yeah, Soul
Then they
Assassin.
want somebody who's actually, a big, strong, burly man. So that's where you get a freaking Minotaur coming in.
All right. Yes. We were the first, and it is very true that people watch our show to get ideas. Where our show is the machismo of shows, where it is paving the way for the YouTubers.
Yes, just like Rush Limbaugh.
Oh, is
What the
Keri doing a
mainstream
live
news will
show
be
now
talking
too?
about later. Keri, I think
She's a guest though. She's being a guest. Okay.
yeah, and I think she's traveling this week because I thought she was going to Chrissy Mayer's content house with Mikey Harlow, but that may not be this week. It may be next. So, well, I guess we should get on with it. We've got to start the show with something a little bit crappy because we review the week in politics. It's hard not to talk about the school shooting that took place at the beginning of the week at the Annunciation Catholic School and Church. I don't know. Where do you want to start? I've got the
well, we've got. I mean, there's the obvious, right? Which is that they're memory holding this shooting already,
yes,
because and how many, if you see all posts from mainstream media with, we will never know what the motive is.
yeah. No, we all know the motive. Actually, Crowder had it out like 2.5 hours before anybody else put it out on mainstream news, which was about 15 to 20 minutes after the shooting took place. So I think we know the motive. Real quick before we get too far away from it, Dan Crane celebrating 3 months of membership. Hail to the bullpen. Thank you, Dan. And I think it was Crazy Cat Guy said that he found the stream through Comix Division and is happy that somebody's talking politics again from the Comix Division side of things. So he's been here quite a bit. I don't know if he'll show up tonight, but glad you're here. So, yeah, I mean, Mayor Fry has been an absolute idiot about this. Most of the Democrats have been idiots about this whole thing. I think you're not backstage that I see, Comix. You sure you're in the right studio? That's weird. I can see his private chat and I can't see Comix. Try reloading.
Yeah, it's EVMux. It does things.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
While he's figuring that out, let me set up a video that kind of says how we've gotten here so far, because this was from XXXY Athletic is who put this together, so I'll give them their credit. There's Comix.
That was weird, dude. I was like sitting in the backstage. I was talking. I was like, "Hey, man, just let you know I'm here."
No, if I had seen you there, I would have just brought you on in.
Yeah,
So
that was weird.
then I saw the private chat, and it was like, okay.
Yeah, I've been here for like 5 minutes.
Oops. Well, EV Mux, you know how it goes. All right, so this was a video put together, like I said, by XXXY Athletics. So we'll
God,
just
this
play
person's
this
a
real
fucking
quick.
nut job.
Yeah, Jeffrey Marsh is a psycho, but everybody in this video is kind of a psycho.
Angry.
Go out, buy a gun.
It's okay to be angry.
Get out of my face now!
If you try to stop me from going into a woman's bathroom,
Excuse me, it's ma'am.
be the last mistake you ever make.
It is ma'am.
Find that anger.
Just because.
Harness it to do good in the world. This anger
Done, man. We can just make a batch and say that someone else well.
anger is probably my primary source of motivation.
You want to call me sir again?
The thing is, you don't have to leave.
You will move. Lose their bed.
For everything that I do.
Cut that out now, or you'll go home in an ambulance.
You up.
It was a call to action or a call to arms.
Sorry, man.
Don't be afraid to show your anger.
Yeah, so saw that earlier this week. Thought it very well summarizes what I've been thinking about this whole situation. Is the trans movement is obviously a whole bunch of people that are completely mentally ill. And at this point, we need to stop it with the affirming crap. We need to either medicate them, bring back the asylums, whatever. They need to be talking to somebody to fix their mental issues, not being affirmed at every point in their little journey. So, what do you guys think on that one?
Yeah, I mean, anybody, if you're on SSRIs or antipsychotics, we have to come to terms with the risk for society, right? I was actually having this debate with my wife before we did the show, because I was like, I actually said casually we should bring back asylums, and she's like, well, really bad things happened at asylums, and I said, worse than psycho homeless people pushing people into subway tracks and trains, and trans shooters going after schools. Because even taking the school thing that happened this week out of the equation, if you look at the people who are psychotic living in the streets or going to public places and causing damage, violence, and problems,
Yeah,
is you have those
it's a
little
segment of the
scales
population that has mental illness. And I mean, the thing with the asylums is we've come quite a way from where we were when the asylums were being shut down. I mean, the whole mental health and, the whole study of all of that stuff has shifted dramatically in the past 30, 40 years. So I don't think they would be what they were. I
think you're right to a point with how they would be right now. Part of my issue with the whole thing with involuntary commitment is that it could be used against the other side. I mean, we all know that for the most part, the Democratic Party wants to basically label conservatism as a mental illness. And if you have the ability to involuntarily commit to people that are conservatives, that could be wielded against you as well. That's my concerns with it. But at the same time, people who are like legitimately unwell that should not be out on the streets, you are. And that's a problem in itself. It's finding that fine balance, because I mean, there's times I've had weird encounters with homeless people that are mentally ill, and fortunately, I didn't suffer any kind of bodily harm, but there's definitely been instances where it scared the effing living shit out of me. I had a homeless guy beat on my car window demanding money. I was driving to a Christmas party with my wife, and we're at a stoplight, and the guy wanders up and starts banging on my window. He's like, "Give me money," and I don't know if it was like that, just kind of like the weirdness of the situation. I swear to God, the guy had like barbed wire wrapped around his head. I mean, that could be a bit of an exaggeration at this point, but yeah, it could have been like just like a giant fucking wire retainer. But I mean, the dude looked freaky as fucking, was gigantic. That shit's scary, and I don't know what the answer is at that point when it comes to these. Like I said, involuntarily locking people up, and I have concerns with that. I really do.
Okay, so if we go that route, at least we have to stop affirming. Like
I
doctor,
completely
every
agree
doctor.
with that.
No, I get what you're saying, but even if we don't bring back the asylums, every doctor should lose their license if they're trying to do any gender affirming care.
Yeah, I mean,
It should be reclassified as a mental illness, gender dysphoria, and you should be treated.
treated. Yeah,
You shouldn't be affirmed.
the
I mean, we could
affirming care
start
thing is
there.
insidious, is what it is.
Yeah. I mean, the reason it won't happen is because they're then paying the medical professionals for the rest of their lives. Because, I mean, you've got to do all the dilation, all that kind of crap. If you go through with the surgery, you're going to be on pills the rest of your life if you're trying to do the hormone replacement therapy.
Mhm.
So it's a cash cow for the medical industry.
Oh no, I completely agree with you. I think that the motivations behind it are not, out of a genuine concern. I think it's out of profitability, right? And this is kind of, I'm not gonna say the darker side of capitalism, but the idea that you're exploiting a group of people, and a lot of men that are gay and women that are lesbians are out there will tell you that they basically kind of had like the gender dysphoria that a lot of young people are having now. And it turns out the majority of the people that have gender dysphoria are just gay.
And it also turns out that a lot of the trans kids maybe are being pushed that way by their
Yeah,
parents. Because
that's it.
especially in Hollywood, you've got situations where 3 out of 3 kids are trans. And it's
Mhm.
like not possible.
I'm trying to
Without
remember what
you
celebrity has
grooming
that?
them to be that way, that is not possible.
Yeah, what celebrity was it?
It's one of the females. I mean,
Yeah,
is it Megan Fox or
Megan Fox.
Megan Fox is 3 for 3.
Three
Yeah.
for three. Yeah, that's obviously being
and
pushed.
Jamie Lee Curtis coming out with her 2 daughters saying you wouldn't even be able to tell which one is the trans, and it's like, yeah, it's a dude in a dress. Everybody can tell. It's not hard at all. And then you've got the autogynephilia side of it as well,
Yeah.
which is what we saw with Riley Gaines and Leah Thomas, whatever his name is. So we've had a whole bunch of people coming out this week saying that we need to be using the proper pronouns for this asshole that shot up the church. And no, it's a dude. We all know that.
So are they finally admitting that the person's trans? Because
the
beforehand they were
trans
denying.
people they're claiming him.
Really?
The news people they're saying, I mean, there was one newscast where it was literally like somebody said he, and they were like, well, I'm pretty sure they identified as a she, so we need to be very very careful about that. And it's like, no, we don't. It was Jake Tapper. It was his show. And I was like, no, we don't.
A lot of
We know
leftists
it's a
are trying to
dude.
say that it's not someone who's trans.
They say that every single time a trans person goes and shoots up everything.
Yeah.
The Colorado nightclub, the Nashville situation, this situation.
Mhm.
It's like, no, everybody is exactly what they identify as, right up until they give our side a bad name. And then it's like, well, they were never actually trans. It's the same as communists. We've never actually tried it correctly.
Right.
They aren't actual communists. It's the exact same type of crap that we're seeing from the left.
Mhm.
You just make excuses for bad behavior. It's the same thing that they're doing with Trump trying to clean up the streets of major cities.
Yeah.
Well, it's not that bad.
Yeah, indeed. Well, it's also like the same mentality of how black people can't be racist against white people.
Right. And it is a sickness on the left that you just can't call a spade a spade.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got a few other clips from that situation. So we'll start with Mayor Fry, and you guys can tell me. Actually, we'll let chat see if they can figure out what is wrong with what he is saying in this clip. So give me just a second to get that set up. And I'm hoping this is the right one.
Meanwhile, my cat's on my desk just staring at me.
Well, at
Oh,
least it's
morning,
staring
Joe.
at you. I mean, normally, well, I guess in this case that would be the case. If you were on camera, we'd just be staring at your cat's butt. 'cause
Oh
we've
no,
done
no,
that plenty
he's
of
on the other.
years.
He's on the other side of the desk.
Oh, okay.
Reality is that we have more guns in America than we have people. The reality
Well,
is
no problem with that.
we have these assault rifles that can reel off 30 clips in conjunction with a magazine
Sorry,
before
pause
the
it, pause
person
it, pause
even
it.
needs to reload.
Oh, so you caught what was wrong there?
Yes.
I didn't realize he was going with an M1 Garand into this.
Well, you know, the
combat zone.
magazine shoots clips, so it shoots clips of bullets at people.
You can reel off 30 clips with one trigger pull and a magazine.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, real quick, Brahma. You
Okay,
live in Colorado. When did Columbine happen?
1999, I believe.
You mean when we were under the assault weapons ban and
Yes.
had been for a decade?
Yes.
Yep.
How did that happen?
No, it's kind of crazy. It's amazing.
As someone who lives in Virginia, I'm intimately aware and had people who were friends on campus during the Virginia Tech shooting. He used a Glock, just a handgun. And honestly, if any of these school shooters were more about it, the handgun is a far more effective item to bring to one of those
Glock
things.
and a Tech 9.
Well, he used handguns. Is what he did.
Yeah.
And I think he managed, unfortunately, to have one of the higher body counts in these situations, which is terrible. And also, as we saw from the manifesto of this school shooter, he referenced how Lanza and other people, and specifically himself, were looking for soft targets, and they preferred schools.
Yes.
Because they were
says it's a
gun-free
gun-free
zones.
Yep.
So
Okay.
that they would face the least resistance.
I'm gonna point out the obvious here. The very people who want to make laws about guns clearly know nothing about them, because what he
every
just
single
said
time.
is so fucking wildly inaccurate. Like 30 bullets with what he's trying to say is that an assault rifle, which is not a real thing, it's made up. It basically one pull of the trigger and you shoot 30 bullets out of the magazine, and that is.
He's
That is
mixing it up
complete-
with fully automatic
Yeah.
instead of semi-automatic. He doesn't know any of the terms.
Yeah. Well, not only that is that, unless you have a special license, your average citizen cannot own a fully automatic rifle. And most people who have military experience talk about full auto is a fucking waste. 3 rounds is probably your best bet.
Burst
But but going full auto is basically, it's just a waste of bullets.
Spray and pray.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a reason that the United States Army, who has put probably more time and effort into reviewing lethality, remove the full auto functionality from their M4s that they issue to standard infantrymen, because they said that when infantrymen quote unquote rock and roll and go full automatic, they just emptied their full magazine without doing the proper suppressive fire or actually thinking about what they were doing.
Right.
And it was, it wasn't effective. I mean, you're never seeing these people use force reset triggers. There was the argument allegedly that the Las Vegas shooter used a bump stock to be able to do it. I am so wary of everything that allegedly came out of that whole situation. I mean, it glowed so hard in the dark that you could probably see it from the moon.
And the fact that we still haven't gotten anything about it says that, yeah, we're not A, going to get anything about it, and B, it was probably something that was done on purpose.
That's exactly. And they use that to affect a bump stock ban, which I may have owned a bump stock. I may have gone through the trouble to heat treat my barrel from a standard issue rifle to be able to handle the rapid fire nature of a bump stock. If you've ever watched gun burn down videos, you know what I'm talking about. You've got to actually, a standard issue barrel for your civilian rifle isn't going to be capable of dealing with that. And a bump stock is not something you'd want to use to ever be effective. It was good at trimming trees back in the wilderness where I was shooting.
Right.
But it would not be anything that I'd want to use ever in a self-defense situation. Actually, my preferred self-defense thing would be a Beretta 1301 that I may or may not have, with the highest cycling speed of any semi-automatic shotgun. I recommend it highly. Or the A300, which is their scaled back civilian version.
So I was wrong. The Virginia Tech shooter had a Walther P22. I thought he had a 22 over the Tech 9, as well as the Glock 19. I think the Tech 9 was actually Columbine.
Yeah, Columbine guys had a weird set of stuff.
Yeah.
They also had, I think, was it pipe bombs or some of the other stuff
they had
that
pipe
they were
bombs.
attempting to do.
Right.
Again,
Did
here's
not go as they planned.
No.
Let's explain how this would go. If they were ever to effectively ban handguns, they want to ban semi-automatic weapons.
Yes.
So basically, we're down to revolvers.
Yeah, well, revolvers and lever action
single
rifles.
actions. Right, yeah.
And here's the other thing: there's the new generations of lever action rifles are really good, and you can tack them up real nice anyway.
Yeah, you can.
But my point is, look what happened in England, right? They got rid of all the guns allegedly years ago, and so then what are the migrants use? Machetes and knives, and now they have to have knife control.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to have knives, or
it's
you've got Idris Elba. Like we have to blunt every knife.
Yeah. Well, that's the natural escalation, right? Is the fact that it's not just going to stop at guns; it's going to stop at any form of tool that can be used for self-defense. Yeah.
Right.
The very idea that you
like
basically
a hatchet and a knife.
Yeah. The very idea that in the UK you can get in trouble for carrying a box cutter, even though it's a part of your job, or just in general. I mean, that's fucking ridiculous. The fact that, a box cutter of all things. I mean, I carry a knife on me mainly because, like I say, for my job, but there's plenty of times where I have a knife if I need to open a box or something. It's handy. It's like I'm not running around stabbing people, and it's a lock blade as well, which is legal in Texas and San Antonio. My
keychain is like a carabiner, and it's got a flip out blade on it. Nothing great, but it's a knife in case I need one. It also works as brass knuckles, essentially.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, the UK, we're going to get to the UK because that'll be another topic for tonight, because
they're so fucked.
They're finally starting to fight back a little bit. So we've got a few videos about that and stuff. But
the very idea that if you basically paint, I think it was the King George Cross, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
On a pothole, they will fucking scramble over themselves to go fix the pothole. Yeah, it's
to
ridiculous.
Get rid of the flag.
Yeah, because it's deemed offensive. The flag of the UK. That's ridiculous.
Well, you can't offend the Islamists. That would be completely against the rules. Let's finish off this clip. I don't think he says anything else of importance, but we'll just go back.
You got to rewind it back. I got to hear that fucking stupid statement again.
Yeah, because it's longer than
Junction with a magazine before the person even needs to. These assault rifles that can reel off 30 clips in conjunction with a magazine before the person even needs to reload. The reality is that these guns make their way into cities across America by the trunk load, and it's terrifying.
The fact that nobody interviewing him was like, "What the fuck are you saying, dude? That's not right."
Mika Brzezinski and Joe Scarborough wouldn't have any clue.
Still,
Scarborough's an idiot, and so is Mika. So.
What do you mean reeling off 30 clips in the magazine? It's like even then, just saying that doesn't fucking sound right.
Can you define these terms a little bit for us?
Can you define the terms?
I'm serious. Like, here's what, and I think it's interesting timing, because I'm going to share. There was a trailer that came out for a new Apple TV show this week called The Savant with Jessica Chastain. And I think what this is helpful for is understanding they genuinely believe what you're going to see in this trailer is what's really happening in America. So I think if you want, we can play this one because
Yeah, go for it.
Go for it.
Blow it up though.
Yep. All right.
Actually, yeah.
Get the volume right.
We may need to pause it a couple times.
Look, there's Jessica Chastain with her 2025 approved family.
Indeed.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Can't be married to a white man. Have white kids.
What you looking at?
Oh, you're assuming she's married.
She's working.
Oh, she could be a lesbian.
This was a no.
No, that's
so
not.
she's
Okay.
yeah.
she's
So look, he's chauffeuring her
Oh yeah, because she's in the back with the kids.
because she's working though. What is it? What do you think she might be working on?
Oh,
I
have a
don't
good
know.
weekend, Mom.
It all seems so nice, so suburban, so happy. But she's got a secret cellar or workspace.
A coordinated mass attack. Blood will be shed. Locked and loaded. Been planted for months. The hunt has begun.
Seems like the video from the trannies earlier.
Just wait till she finds out all these other people she's talking to about this proposed attack are FBI.
Yeah.
This is a bullshit stat.
Yeah.
It is such a bullshit
Seems
stat.
way high
Yeah.
And if you're
on what they're calling an extremist attack.
Well, the thing is, okay, how are they defining an extremist attack?
correct, and which groups may be counted as an extremist attack but are not represented in what you're going to see
Right.
as
Like the kind that the Biden administration labeled domestic terrorists. You know, people going to school board meetings.
Yeah,
Exactly.
libertarians.
What do you do in there all day? All night sometimes.
She's an unseen hero protecting us from attacks. You know what they don't leave in those stats? The Weather Underground bombing Congress.
Yeah.
Actually bombing
Congress and killing. You know, here's a fun thing. There has been one Capitol Police officer killed in a terrorist attack ever. And it was from the Weather Underground setting a bomb off in Congress and killing one. It wasn't the guy at January 6th because he didn't die January 6th. He had a stroke like a day and a half later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
And
they're
so
trying to
ruled
say
natural causes.
they're trying to say it was connected though. That's the fucking retarded bit.
Yeah.
Well, and the kids from the parents from the Weather Underground attack, they were adopted by more members of the Weather Underground and then taken care of by the Ayers, and they grew up to be the son grew up to become a attorney who is named the district attorney in, I believe it was L.A., the one that originally got rid of cash bail about 7 or 8 years ago. That really horrible DA that they had down there. I'm trying to remember his name. I think.
Well, if you want to go back to their original sin too for political things, they also launched Obama's campaign.
For mayor's living room.
I track
You know,
people who
rules
are
for
planning the
radicals.
attacks. My job is pretending to think like them to stop those people from doing them.
What do all the people doing bad have in common?
They're all white men.
Really bad things.
FBI, on your knees!
That's why we call her the Savant.
Snipers, bombings.
By the
This
way,
just seems
not
like an extended version of Bill Murray and Groundhog Day.
Yeah.
How do
But
you have
by-
to go for? You have to think like the gopher. You have
Yeah,
to
but-
be his friend.
you know, by the way, not making stupid shit like this is why Bryce Dallas Howard is the superior one of the two.
Yes, even though they look exactly the same.
Yeah, although Bryce Dallas Howard's gotten, is down with
Gotten a
the
little
thickness.
chunkier.
Well, no, she's filled out nicely depending on the role.
I just
So
said
she's
chunky. I didn't say fat.
You implied something.
Yeah, she got chunkier.
She is perfectly good. The Jurassic World movies were nice. You shut your mouth.
Well,
now.
that was before she got
Except for her
chunky, though.
running around with her freaking high heels through the jungle.
That was, yeah. But it was by the second and third one, she was doing pretty well.
She was pretty chunky in Argyle.
We're on the verge of serious violence.
She had just had a
I've been
baby,
watching him
you
for a year and
ass.
a half. He's recruiting for
Don't make her
something.
not chunky.
I don't know what it is, but it's massive.
Thank you, Josh Hammond. She
This
is.
guy isn't just planning violence. He's out to make a statement.
I'm not just planning violence, but out to make a statement.
The kind that history refers to with a month and a date.
Oh my fucking god.
Apple
9/11? Is that what she's trying to say? 9/11?
Jan
keep
6,
keep
9/11.
thinking of was it a Team America? It's going to be 9/11 times 1,000.
Yeah.
911,000.
Oh god, this
Apple has a tendency to put out some good shows, but this one is going to be a major miss.
I guarantee you it's going to win an
something
Emmy.
about this floating around on Twitter. I didn't realize it was this bad.
And it's going to
I
be
think
a series.
I think if you really want to have some fun comics, I think you should cover this show weekly on your
Actually,
channel.
it's political enough that we might cover it
I'm
weekly.
gonna have to, man. I'm gonna have to.
Yeah.
Innocent Americans are going to die.
We need.
Why is that same dude in all of these shows? I'm gonna back it. You know exactly what I'm
Ideological.
talking. This guy right here. Hold on, I'm gonna pause it.
Innocent Americans are going to die.
That dude.
I swear that guy has been in going back to Law and Order. He was always like the psycho white terrorist dude. He did like 3 episodes at various seasons.
It's
where
what
he
we
was
on
playing
YouTube
that.
call
That's funny.
audience capture.
Yeah.
Oh, Brahma,
Wait,
you
why
got
can't we just move back to like having Muslim terrorists again as bad guys? Those were the days.
Yeah. Eric K, the king of mods, gives 5 Brahma Bowl memberships, and those went to Superior Nav, Randall Orser, Smokey, Svenstead, and JB. Thank you very much, Eric.
Thanks, Eric. Appreciate it.
We need to infiltrate further.
We need to infiltrate.
I don't think you should keep pushing
We need
this.
to infiltrate harder.
Listen to me. They have photos of your family.
You think if you engage with terrible things, you're daring even worse things to happen.
Okay, pause it. You know how she's the good guy in this? Because she's a white woman married to a black guy, not a white guy.
Yeah.
Because obviously all the white men in this show are going to be portrayed as evil.
Oh shit! I forgot he was Master Chief. That's right, in that debacle of a
And
Halo
Halo?
show. Oh yeah,
No, I never watched it.
Oh, yeah.
Thank God.
We watch enough bad crap.
Look,
All white men.
Yep. It is.
It's
ridiculous.
amazing why people don't understand why no one votes Democrat anymore because of shit like this.
Yeah. While they're sitting there defending all the violence on the streets in the major cities.
Well, yeah, I mean they'll defend the violence, trans shooters, and they'll justify all that crap, but whatever.
Yeah. Well, I had one more Jacob Fry clip to show. Real
Yeah,
quick,
go.
because I just wanted to remind everybody.
What fucking retarded he is.
Yes.
I just thought that was so perfect to get into the mindset of this person.
Yeah. It is exactly that kind of crap. So this is just a reminder. This is Jacob Fry,
Crying at
weeping
George Floyd's.
over George Floyd.
If there was ever a man deserving of a gold casket.
Oh, totally.
And then also recall that Fry went into the protest and was shouted out of the protest.
Yeah, he was.
In his own city. Like in disgrace, like with his head hanging, trying to just cover his face while trying to get out of the scene.
Do you think, looking back, that they should have started the eulogy with, "When I met George after he was arrested for holding a gun to a pregnant woman's belly, that I never thought we'd come here."
He seemed a little bit high.
I
did have one clip from this that was kind of, well, scary, but also heartwarming. So we'll throw it up there too. because I don't know that a lot of people saw this, but the older children were actually helping guide the younger children out of the church. So even in moments of craziness happening, the older kids, which the oldest kids would have been in 8th grade, no higher. So they were helping their younger kids around them get out and get to
Where are
safety.
they? Where's the shooter? Where's the shooter? No one knows. Oh my gosh. We gotta go in. Oh my gosh.
Now, the thing that was so insidious about this attack is even if you had the armed guard, I don't know what might have changed. It might have lasted a few minutes shorter, but I mean, it lasted for what I think 7 minutes is what they said. But it's because the dude was shooting from outside the building.
Right.
There's not many armed guards that are stationed to be watching outside the building. Usually they're at the front door or in the back of the auditorium, that kind of thing. And as far as I know, this school did not have an armed guard at all. But even then, if they're shooting from outside the building, you have nowhere. They're just shooting in the windows.
Well, I think
I don't know what you're supposed to do at that point. I mean, you could
the whole
respond with
point
fire, but
of having an armed guard is the fact that it's going to take minutes before the cops show up, right? And it's to have somebody to be able to go and intercept the assailant and hopefully dispatch them. Because they're not going to be everywhere at once, right? I mean, I've mentioned that in my high school we had, and I don't know if he was off duty. He was a police officer. He wore his.
Typically
his
they get
uniform.
assigned to a school.
Yeah, they get assigned to a school.
That's an assignment in the
right. And this is way before any of the school shootings were going on. I mean, obviously, there's always been violence in high schools, specifically in areas that have a very high gang population. So that shit happened, and that's typically why they would have either security guards or police officers stationed at a school. And it's on top of that, it also acts as a deterrent as well. And the idea behind it is that if a shooter shows up, there's someone to go and challenge them. Shooters don't like being challenged, which is the reason why they go to gun-free zones. This is, again, nothing we don't already know at this point. But that's the point. That's why you need to have those security guards there or police officers.
Yeah.
And if you do get someone who's bold enough to do it, you have someone who can take them out rather than like 5-10 minutes when the cops are, driving their way on, to reach where the shooting's happening.
And the problem with a guy like this is I don't think he gave a crap because his manifesto said he was planning on dying that day, whether it be suicide by a cop or by his own hand.
Right.
So,
and
yes,
that's unfortunate.
Yes, an armed guard, can be a deterrent, but I mean, when you've got people that are this sick, I mean, they're just trying to take out as many as they can along with themselves.
Right. But the idea is, it's like the idea of having and carrying a gun. It's to give you a chance.
It's an automatic deterrent. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's not just an automatic deterrent. It's to give you a chance.
Mm-hmm.
There's no guarantee that you're going to survive if you are armed. It's just the idea is that it's better than nothing.
Right. So we've got one more thing from this, and then we're going to move on from the shooting. So this is something I actually like to see from our politicians. This was J.D. Vance leading a whole group in prayer regarding the shooting. So we'll play this real quick. It's pretty short. Audio.
You are the praying type. I would ask you to join me in prayer. I'm just going to say a prayer for the 2 little kids who lost their lives yesterday. And this is a prayer we say a lot in my church, and I've always found it very meaningful. It's very short. But eternal rest grant unto them, O Lord, and let perpetual light shine upon them. May the souls of all the faithful departed, through the mercy of God, rest in peace. Amen. Thank you all. Now with that, I will take some questions.
So just quick, short, authentic.
Yep.
So don't know how many people got to see that clip. it wasn't one that was circulating widely, but thought it would be something that would be good for our show. So, where do we want to jump to next, Chad?
Shall we go to the CDC BDSM director?
Sure.
Oh God.
So this week we had a story about the leadership of the CDC being, well, resigning effectively because they were going to be fired.
Right.
Because RFK Jr. is cleaning house, including of a Trump appointee who was dicking around behind his back, calling Senator Kennedy of, not Kennedy, Senator, who's the Health and Human Services Senator? The one that he had to make the deal with to get appointed. Anyway, it's not Kennedy. It's one of the other ones. But he's the, the committee chairman. And when RFK told her to do something, she was calling him and telling him about it. And RFK was like, "What are you doing? I told you to do this." And she's like, "Well, it's like, resign or be fired. You're out. You're out now." And she was a farm of pocket kind of person. And so the rest of the CDC people decided that they were going to resign, and starting with, and I'm going to show you a couple pictures of, this is how this man, he was the chief of immunizations, Dr. Dimitri Deskalikas. And I'm going to show you a couple pictures, and you can tell me if you think you have an idea of if it was right that this man was the one making decisions on the immunization schedule for your children.
Wasn't he the ones that went around stealing people's luggage?
Nope.
I know it's
This is another one.
I know it's a different one.
Yeah, nice pentagram leather there.
Yeah, and you'll notice some demonic symbolism on the tattoos and things.
He looks like he's likely to have children at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, totally.
Completely natural.
They call them butt babies.
Yeah, so real quick, let me get out of that one because I'm going to scroll up. This was
the interview with him.
This was his interview a couple years back when monkeypox was breaking out.
Oh my God.
Just to give you an idea of how he feels about immunizations, vaccinations, and stigmas.
I work in HIV normally, and I'll tell you that, I always say that I've never made an HIV diagnosis in someone that hasn't somehow related to stigma. I think Mpox is the same. So really,
Can't call it monkeypox. Can't call it the gay butt disease. Mpox.
Stigma tends to be a barrier to testing, a barrier to vaccination. And so, really addressing stigma intentionally and making sure that we get the word out in a way that supports people's joy as opposed to.
He just said,
the actual fuck?
We need to make sure that we are supporting people's joy when it comes to medical decision making.
Calling them risky. So I think, one of the things to think about is that, one person's idea of risk is another person's idea of a great festival or Friday night.
Yeah.
Sure.
When he goes to the bathhouse and wants it raw, it's not
my
your
gay
place to
orgies.
judge.
It's not risky. It's fun.
That matters. So we have to sort of embrace that with joy and make sure that folks know how to keep themselves safe.
Do you think he was the one who helped Kamala's campaign come up with the joy vibe idea?
I think he was likely the one that decided that people with HIV should be allowed to give blood again.
That's
now we jump to this week where he's now resigned. And so this is how he's describing things when he's talking about why he resigned.
Get the fuck out of here, cat.
I mean, from my vantage point as a doctor who's taken the Hippocratic Oath, I only see harm coming. I may be wrong, but based on what I'm seeing, based on what I've heard with the new members of the Advisory Committee for Immunization Practices, or ACIP, they're really moving in an ideologic direction where they want to see the undoing of vaccination. They do want to see the undoing of mRNA vaccination.
Yes.
That's not ideological. That's because that shit fucks you up.
Yes.
Yeah. And
They
all
have
the
a very
studies are now
specific
coming
target
out
on
saying
COVID,
it.
but I do fear that they have other things that they are going to be
5
working
years
on.
later,
Hepatitis
they
B
can.
vaccine is on the agenda.
All right. So his
one's
biggest concern is hepatitis B vaccine, which is one of the most fucked up things that they do, which is if you have a baby, they don't even want to let you out of the hospital until they've dosed it with hepatitis B vaccine.
The sexually transmitted disease vaccine.
If you look at, and this is according to the CDC's own research, the only at-risk children who require the hepatitis B vaccine at birth as a protective item are the children of parents who have hepatitis B.
That actually makes sense.
When you go in to have a baby, they will test the mother and do a blood test to see if she has hepatitis B. But they will make you take the vaccine even if the mom doesn't have it.
That's unnecessary.
We got the grandbaby out without it.
Well, good. I don't know how that had pulled off in Colorado.
They actually weren't making us get the Hep B until about 6 weeks, I think.
Oh, good.
For the meeting in September. I predict that what they're going to do is try to change the birth dose of hepatitis B vaccine so that kids don't get it when they're born. So if you have a mother who is well connected to care, you know her hepatitis B status, that may not matter very much. But if you have a mother who's not gone to
in all cases,
prenatal
if
care,
the mother doesn't have it, it'll be fine. This just leads to the whole PDF talk. It's like, why does the government think that we need to be immunizing our kids against an STD? It's
that's
6
really
weeks
weird.
or younger.
That is really weird.
It kind of also goes along with why we're making girls get the HPV vaccine now.
Yeah,
like
you can kind of thank Perry for that. That's bullshit.
Yep.
That started here at
we have
Governor
one
Perry
bite
was
at that
governor.
apple so that child gets that important hepatitis B vaccine. I mean, from my
Okay, dude, I've never had the hepatitis B vaccine.
Most of us haven't.
Yeah. Why is it so important? I think most people that are Gen X and before have never had the hepatitis B vaccine and probably don't need it. That is really bizarre. That is really, and the fact that they won't let parents leave the hospital is even stranger.
Yeah, and this is another CDC
Real quick,
person.
before we do this one. So Scott Jennings' reply on this. So, he's on the whole Abby Phillips panel, and they're talking about these CDC firings or quittings, and talking about how horrible it is, and blah blah blah. Kids are just going to be dying left and right because we're just going to go with whatever RFK says and not trust the science. And Scott Jennings looks at the camera and goes, "That guy calls people pregnant people and birthing person. I'm pretty sure we can do without him." It was great. They all lost their freaking minds.
Oh, dude, you got to clip. I got to see that.
Now look at listen to this clip about what this guy feels like is going to be one of the big problems with what RFK's Jr.
CDC, who should people take advice from now? The CDC still?
Well, for personal health information, I think you need to talk to your doctor, your nurse, your pharmacist. I worry, though, about the nation as a whole. I served as the acting director of the CDC at the start of the Obama administration, and the reason I was given that job was that I had run emergency preparedness at the agency for 4 years. They wanted to make sure someone was in that seat in the event there was a public health emergency, and there was. There was the H1N1 swine flu pandemic. We now have, as an acting director, someone with absolutely no public health experience, and that puts us all at incredible risk.
Just to reiterate that the people with public health experience completely made up all of the things during COVID. The standing 6 feet apart, where did they come up with that?
Masks.
They just decided that. Wearing masks? Yeah, they just decided that. So this guy is, as they say in the science community, full of shit.
Yeah.
So.
And Dr. Besser, I want to ask you one thing about mandates. It's one of the things that Secretary Kennedy said this week and touted progress that he's made. He said he ended the mandates. Why do you think mandates are important?
Because I'm an authoritarian.
When I think about mandates, I think about children going to school. I
Won't
think
someone
about
think of the
young
children?
parents who are sending their children to school and want to know that their children are safe. And the way children are safe from vaccine preventable diseases is by getting vaccinated themselves, but no vaccine is 100%. And so you count on the other children in that classroom being vaccinated. I think with this secretary, we are on a path to it being largely parental choice. And that is going to put at risk those people for whom the vaccine didn't work, and children who may have medical conditions where they can't get vaccinated.
His biggest fear is we're on the route to making it parental choice.
As it should be.
Oh, and also FYI to this douche nozzle. Do you know that when they were seeding illegals throughout the entire country with those minor children, that schools were waiving all their vaccine requirements to let these kids in?
Oh, really? God.
Causing out, and they caused
How did
outbreaks and
measles
lots of
start
problems,
just popping up everywhere while we had all these illegals coming into the country?
I know. It's kind of strange, isn't it?
Yep. And don't even fall down the rabbit hole that maybe vaccines haven't really solved any of the problems, because most of the drops in these diseases correlate strikingly similar to when we started washing our hands.
Yeah.
And adopting basic cleanliness and hygiene standards in the medical setting and home. So,
well, I mean,
now
okay.
you just sound like Culture Casino.
Yeah. Well, okay. I typically don't get a flu vaccine, and as an adult,
you should never get the flu vaccine.
Well, I've never gotten. I don't think I've ever really had it. Maybe as a kid, I don't know. I don't know if my mom gave it to me, but I've never gone out of my way as an adult to get the flu vaccine. I think as an adult, I had it twice.
The flu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe 3 times. I mean, I literally can count it on one hand.
Everybody I know who gets the vaccine gets the flu. Inevitably. Every single year. I don't have the longer clip. I've just got when he said it and then them going off. But let's see here. So, yeah, good old Scott Jennings, best thing at CNN. Only thing giving them any ratings at this point.
I just have to say, he did use the term pregnant people in his resignation.
Oh, come
letter.
on.
And I'm sorry, if that is like the way you're presenting information, I have questions about your credibility.
I have questions about your credibility.
It's so amazing.
It's not a ruse. He really wrote it down.
We are talking
This guy's not credible to me. That's all I'm telling you.
Scott, are you serious?
Come on.
No, he is not credible.
No. Are you serious that this is
Yes, he did write it.
that of all the things that we're talking
buddy, are you
about
serious?
here,
Buddy?
Immunization,
Are you serious?
vaccines,
Can I speak now?
autism,
Can I speak?
Me, the
research about on communicable diseases, on cancer, and you are the most concerned about someone's use of the word people.
Yes.
Yeah,
that's the most important.
Because you were just complaining about the politicization of science,
That's
and
not
I can't think of
Yes, it is.
politicization of
Pregnant
science.
people
or
is
what
absolutely
some of these people said to the American people during COVID. So the credibility of some of these folks who are complaining. Look.
Okay, so
well, I'm complaining.
I just love the faces he makes during these things. Because he knows exactly where the camera is, and he's like, all right, I'm going to get my point in there, and then just, make weird faces the whole time.
I love how they protest too much on that.
Yeah.
Right,
really?
so-
You're going to hang his credibility on that? Yes, I absolutely am, because it's like the whole thing. If you can't tell me what a fucking woman is, I don't have to tell you, man. You should be in medicine.
If what you're calling a woman is pregnant person or birthing person, you've already lost me.
You've lost it.
Yeah. So this comment is, to be fair, RFK isn't exactly unbiased in his motives. He was a lot of active lawsuits, his policies, decisions, influence. Well, here's where I would say he chose to take the cases that he believed in as a private attorney. He was an environmental lawyer who then moved into being someone who was fighting for vaccination justice, if you want to call it that, to take the term from the left. So I would say that the bias probably started in the fact that he learned, and he's talked about this openly, about how terrible these things were for people. He tried to fight them through the system and discovered that the system was completely set up to keep you shut up. And like, if you have a vaccine injury or have something that happened to you as a result of taking a vaccine, you don't get to sue the manufacturer. You don't get to try to win anything for that. You have to go through a government pool of money, and they decide how much your vaccine injury was worth. if you question if vaccinations and the dosage schedule and the ingredients in vaccines, including mercury and other things, maybe contributed to the large uptick in autism.
Mhm.
And ultimately, when he went in, one of the first things he did was not, we're stopping vaccines. It was, we need to look at the schedule that has like 277 shots in the first 6 years of your life.
Yeah. So when we had our
because
son,
they're now just compound. It's not 277 individual shots.
And
You're
then-
getting just doses of multiple vaccines all at once.
at my son's first at my first 1 month at the 1 month appointment, they had like a stack of like syringes.
Yeah.
Just on the table. And I was like, no. I'd like to space this out, please.
Yeah.
And this was before COVID, thank God. So the nurse gave me a little bit of huff, but she agreed. I was like, look, we're going to do a couple today. 2. We're going to do like 2. Because a lot of this stuff isn't something that he needs to get everything all at once. I'm not worried about like X, Y, and Z immediately. Like, so
Right.
we're going to do it. Cause I was like, if you put all of that in his system at one time, don't you think that it would be, because she was
breaking
preparing
down the system, asking for something.
yeah. Cause she was basically preparing it's completely natural for him to have all these reactions post vaccines. And I was like, how about this?
He's going to seem a little spaced out for a few days.
We're going to
weeks.
we're going to do it as like, I'm not anti-vaccine because this is at the time, like, and so this would have been 2014. And I was like, I'm not anti-vaccine. I just need you to work with me here. We're going to do a couple, we're going to be coming in for well baby checks for the next 6 months of like every 3-4 weeks. I know that's the schedule you guys do. So we'll just do a couple, at a time. And they gave me a huff, and it's because they wanted to get their billing.
Mm-hmm.
That makes that appointment super, money making for them. So, but we did it, and
it's
my
like
son
70 treatments all at once.
And my son was much better off for doing it that way. I think sometimes it's the volume of getting things all at once and all that kind of stuff. So
Which is what a lot of people are questioning is the schedule of the vaccines, not the efficacy of the vaccines, especially the ones that have been around a while. Nobody likes the mRNA and the COVID vaccines at the moment, but the ones that have been around and been tested over decades now, most people just think you shouldn't be putting 277 different things into their bodies within, months or years of them being born all at once. It's crazy.
I mean, has the number of vaccines that they're giving kids these days gone up since we were kids, Brahma?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's ridiculously higher.
100-fold.
Because I only remember
we got like
5 or something
12
like that.
to 17 or something like that. I mean, it was, I don't know the exact numbers, but yes, it has gone up exponentially.
That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy.
So, yeah, we got rid of some losers at the CDC.
That's good.
Good riddance.
Yep. It's, let's see. I'm trying to find an image that shows, because I think someone did have like a comparison of like, oh yeah, here we go.
Yes, Kangarooster, a lot of antibodies are given through breastfeeding, which we've also gotten away from, and everybody's formula fed now.
Yeah, that's a shame. I understand there's some women out there who can't, but it shouldn't be the norm.
So here's your difference. 1983, there were 11 shots, 24 doses total at 2 months DTP, OPV, 4 months DTP, OPV, 6 months, 15 months is when you got MMR, 18 months you got the DTP and OPV again at 4 years, then 15 years. Look at that. All right.
Okay, it's 76, not 276, but
this is 2023. They might have added a couple even since then. But look, now you get ones in, like when the mom's pregnant, then at birth. At birth, see, that's the one they want to give you Hep B right at birth.
Right away. Dude. And then again, 2 months Hep B again, a booster.
Yep. So this is like all this stuff where they say 2 months. This is everything they want to give them at once.
Wow. Fuck it. 8 months COVID. No, sir.
Yep.
Absolutely
no,
not.
Look, they wanted it at 6 months, 8 months, 10 months.
Oh,
they want a triple dosing of COVID vaccine.
Okay, I missed that. The 6 months. I just saw the 8th.
Yeah.
Wow. That's insane. No.
6, 8, and 10 months hit him with COVID. insane.
Yeah.
And then they want you to get the flu vaccine every single year. And
9.
At some point, our immune systems are just going to be useless because we never get infected by anything to build any actual antibodies outside of vaccines that, that Chad has questions. I'm pretty okay with the older vaccines. I haven't looked into it as much. But, I mean, look at 18 months. They want you to get Hep A also.
Yep. Look, my little 18-month-old wasn't messing with Pamela Anderson. It was fine.
Yeah.
So what's crazy, look, it's money making. Look at right there. I mean, I'm not going to be conspiracy guy over here, but 1986 is when they changed that Vaccine Injury Act. Like, so if it wasn't all these other ones were built to be airtight, solid, like, you know, like they're not going to get anybody in trouble. You're not going to be able to sue because they were fine.
So, okay, what is the National Childhood Vaccine Injury Act?
They created a vaccine injury pool. You can no longer sue the manufacturer. If you have a claim for vaccine injury, that's where they created the VIRS reporting, vaccine injury reporting database.
Side effects from vaccines.
And the government decides your payout, and you shut your mouth, you take it, and you be happy with it.
And look at the
disgusting.
red lettering at the bottom. Vaccines are tested individually, not a combination given.
Yeah, that's scary.
And all the way, and that also assumes they're really tested. What we found out, and what RFK Jr. has been touting since he took over, is they looked into it. And if you look into it now, they were just basically copy and pasting approvals that if this type of vaccine delivery system was approved, when they made a new one for a different, illness, yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah. Mod Eric K for $1 over on the Rumble side. My work made me take a flu shot. I only gave in twice. They said it would be a good example for everyone else. Each time I got sick. I normally get sick every 3 years or so. After the second one, no more. Yeah. I know it's kind of... I look at all the different things that are affecting the kids now. Like, how many peanut allergies are there now that there wasn't before? I mean, there was maybe one kid in our class that had peanut allergies. Now it's such a crazy thing that, you cannot take peanuts into a classroom because 10 of the kids might drop dead if they smell it.
Are you serious? Wow.
Yeah. I mean, they will not let you take peanuts into a lot of the classrooms until you're like high school age, because at that point, everybody should know whether they're able to be around peanuts or not or something.
That is insane, man.
But I mean, how many of these things are because we just sanitize everything and vaccinate everything? Nobody builds up an actual immune system. They're not out there eating, mud cakes like we used to, or just playing in the dirt. I mean, you've got, you sanitize after absolutely everything. All the countertops are sanitized all the time. Everything just gets sanitized to the point that you're never exposed to germs.
So when I was running the healthcare offices I ran during COVID, I actually we did a lot of research on what were actual practical things we could do to make people safe coming into our office again, and to actually do something to help. So what I did instead of all this perfunctory stuff is, there was a company that sold, you would replace your drop ceiling lighting, and it was still a light, but on one side it would have a HEPA filter sucking in air. Then it would go through a UV chamber, and because it was enclosed, it was the hardcore effing kill everything UV, and then it put out the filtered air.
Right.
We installed those in every operatory we had. And I swear to God, it was like the first winter after I had done that where I had nobody go out for a cold or flu. It was like, that's what actually did it. Now, was it as performative as that other shit? No, but it actually worked, and it was cheaper. It was like, I think it was around $800-900 a light,
right?
Than whatever I had to pay the electrician. And I just
But I'm
have to
not
change
saying
a
it's
HEPA
best to
filter out once
sanitize
a year.
everything, especially in a hospital. I'm saying we don't let these kids get exposed to anything. And then you've got, weird allergies that are popping up. And then, of course, we've got the possible Bill Gates type crap where, possible red meat allergies due to freaking mosquitoes, if you have heard that one.
No, I haven't.
Yeah, supposedly it's one of the Bill Gates conspiracies. Who knows? I wouldn't put it past them.
Oh, where they're trying to use mosquitoes to genetically
use mosquitoes
alter.
to make people allergic to red meat.
Red meat.
To get people to stop eating red meat and eat the bugs. And eat whatever else. And it's been going around there for a little while, but
Well, as we transition, I just wanted to drop some good news to make people feel better.
Is that John Popper from Blues Traveler?
I don't know, but it's the kind of stuff that makes me like happy because, yeah, it's like because she's going to try to go to court to get it.
Yeah, Kangaroo Rooster, it could be ticks instead of mosquitoes, or
No,
they may have already got
Lyme
it in
disease.
ticks. Yeah, they may already be in ticks, and they're trying to move it over to mosquitoes.
Hey, everyone in the chat, drop a super chat of $1 if you support a dude bro winning the lottery after his wife divorces him.
After divorcing, yeah.
If you don't support the dude bro winning, you need to super chat 10.
Indeed.
That way you have enough characters to explain why. Remember, $1 in super chats for supporting him, $10 if you don't. Go ahead. All right.
Yeah, now we'll probably hit the Sisu trailer tomorrow on Comix channel.
Oh God, I still need to watch that. That first movie is so fucking amazing.
So maybe we should move into the UK and a little bit of stuff with the UK fighting back against the immigration problems.
Well, first,
there's $1 from Bad Take Bojan.
Bad Take Bojan supports it. Good job. Nice. All right, so here I've got a nice. I've got the right. God, bookmarks always screws up. I've got this stuff for.
If you have too many bookmarks, they just scramble after you scroll through like 10. I hate that.
Here's one for what's going on in the UK.
Okay. Sad but true.
Oh man, it's funny because it's true.
Yep.
Don't worry, I'll protect you.
Dan Crane's voting yes.
See, I knew our chat was supportive of the right guy.
Chad, you're so very manipulative.
And you reap all the rewards. I'm not monetized on my channel.
Well, we're trying to get to Amfest. Do some actual interviews for the channel and for the show.
Oh, nice.
Oh, you have the same clip I was forgetting. Yep, there you go.
Yeah, we've got to find the right spot in it. But so, yes, the UK police are arresting people for now displaying the flag.
I can't. I'm
down a little bit because it's
beside
a little
myself.
bit longer.
That's ridiculous.
Comix, it's worse than this. I saw a protester yesterday get arrested for yelling "I love bacon" because that's offensive to Muslims.
I heard about that too.
Got dragged away from a protest because he said "I love bacon." Let's get to where something actually is happening.
Like I said, I am beside myself with this fucking retardation. I can't believe this shit's going on in the UK. I mean, I guess I can, but.
Well, and that's why I named the show, what happens in Europe is a warning to America.
Yeah, it is.
Because this is where they want us to head. And this is what bringing in all the immigrants does.
As poor Kenji Brown points out, that pesky First Amendment really makes it hard for the government to do the things it wants to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really does, doesn't it? It's I'm glad she's saying the quiet part out loud.
if you the fundamental brilliance of our founding fathers wasn't that they somehow knew, like how things would go in the future, is that they built within the Bill of Rights, which were modeled after the Virginia Bill of Rights. They looked at fundamentally what are the things that have to be done to ensure that the government we are creating will maintain its commitments to its people. First is the First Amendment, specifically guaranteeing that no church would be established within any specific government organization. And that's important because, coming from their historical perspective, the thing that had led to more revolutions and civil wars within Europe was an official state church then trying to stamp out whatever wasn't the official state church.
Right.
But in addition to that, it was also giving the people the right to freedom of assembly and right of, and the press to be able to write whatever they wanted, which again, very important. And then what was our Second Amendment? As Dave Chappelle so succinctly put, the Second Amendment is in case anyone F's with the First Amendment.
Yep.
And then you have the Second Amendment to make sure you're backstopping the First Amendment, which is the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. I know they preface it with a well-regulated militia, comma, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed.
Comma does a whole lot of heavy lifting, and it doesn't. It shall not be infringed.
And if you look at the main reason the United States hasn't been able to fall into the trap of England or Australia or any of these other European areas is, number one, the First Amendment, and number two, the Second Amendment. As Jacob Fry so nicely pointed out, America has more guns than people living in it. And the government is well aware of that. And they're well aware that if they go too far, and this is the funny thing when somebody like Biden was like, you don't have F-15s and this and that, like, it doesn't split even. Like, the entire military doesn't decide, like, I'm on your side. There's going to be breaks. And as we learned in Afghanistan and Iraq, you still have to have boots on the ground to really control a territory.
Right. Well, and I was going to point out, it's like, Afghanistan fell to a bunch of goat fuckers. Okay. I mean, we had a presence there. We pulled out. What about all those F-15s you're talking about, Biden? I mean, come on. I mean, you should have sent them over to go bomb, the fucking goat fuckers, but you didn't. Yeah. I mean, that
no, you left them there for them to be used against the Afghan people that were already being oppressed.
Yeah. And to be used against the West as well. I mean, it's just fucking ridiculous.
Well, and the other argument
against a jet. Well, just ask the Afghans, man. They fucking did a good job.
That's one of the arguments they make. The other argument is, well, the founders, I mean, they didn't intend for the people to have the same weaponry as the military.
Yes, they did.
It's like they sure as hell did, because the musket, which they always like to go to, was the weapon of the military at the time. So was the cannon. And the cannon, it was specifically said, yeah, you can have cannons. In fact, they drafted private-owned cannons in many situations.
Yeah, privateers.
I mean, the thing is, the weapons of war now and the weapons of war then, that is exactly what they meant for people to be allowed to have, to keep the government in check. Hey, Keri.
Yeah, and if they come for people like Slender, who lives out in those mountains, that's gonna. Good luck to conquering Appalachia with with your people. That's gonna be a problem.
Real quick, we gotta get this one before it gets too far up, and I have to go search for it again. Deeple for $1 over on Rumble. Memes are posted on Brahma's X. We will get those, and I'm gonna assume that was a vote for yay for the guy because it was $1.
Yeah.
And you also see Mod Eric K.
Yep. And Mod Eric K for $2. People need to start hanging bacon from every doorknob and handle. Maybe spread the streets and buildings with bacon bits. Yes. This is an invasion of all of the Western countries. Sure, the government is allowing it, but the people need to start fighting back on it. I'm not saying go to war. I'm saying make it uncomfortable for people who don't want to assimilate to continue to be in your country.
Look, as I often state, the Ottoman Empire attempted to take over Europe for 1,000 years and got pushed back. And it's amazing that all they needed to actually take over Europe was to make them to say Islamophobia. And then it's like, oh, you're fucking right. Come right in. That's terrible.
You're Islamophobe.
It's like, oh, it's like the Ottomans are at the Turks are at the gates. We have to fight them off. They said we're Islamophobic if we do. Oh shit, open the gates.
Let them in.
Let them in. But they're going to rape our women. It's a price we have to pay.
Yeah,
they might go on social. They're going to go on social media and say we were mean.
I like how the answer to Islamophobia is let in all the Christian phobiacs. We don't have a word for it because nobody seems to give a crap. Christian phobics. That's one thing that is interesting over these past couple of years. Going back to the trans shooting stuff. Nobody seems to have a problem that the Christians are under attack.
Oh, yeah, no one to the left, that is. Yeah.
Exactly. That is never an issue for them. It's, all about the guns all the time.
Come on, Christians are evil. They need to go away. That's they're just doing the Satan's work. I mean, come on.
Yeah, Bush got it. Christophobes.
Christophobes.
I mean, there literally isn't a word for it because nobody ever talks about it.
Well, again, it's like the whole thing with targeting straight white men, or basically saying black people can't be racist. It's like these people, they can't hate Christians enough, and they don't have a problem with not coming up with a label like Christophobe or something like that because they don't care. I mean, it doesn't matter. It's fine. They're basically the straight white men of religion.
Yes, which in the intersectionality world, crap on the Christians all you want.
Yeah, it's fine.
Don't paint a picture of Muhammad.
Yeah, don't draw a picture of Muhammad with a bomb in his turban.
Don't burn a Quran. Burn the Bible. Burn the American flag, but don't you dare do anything to the Muslims.
Yeah,
ever.
Because you're Islamophobe. That's fine.
So, I mean, the situation in the UK, is very much tied to their immigration policies over the past few years. I wanted to bring up an oldie but a goodie from our buddy Chuck Schumer from years ago. And this was 1996. How things have changed. And give it a little sound, a little finesse. Turn it back up. There we go.
Can we, by the way, if you support Chuck Schumer's haircut from 1996, that's $1 in the chat. If you don't support it, that's $2. Let's get that votes going.
You're bad.
Thank the gentleman, salute him for his work on this, rise in support.
That's as loud as I can get it, people.
First of all, Social Security card is used from one end of America to the other as an identification card right now. Who are we kidding? If you want to pass a law and says it shouldn't be, I would ask the chairman and the distinguished minority member of the Social Security committee to pass that law, but let's admit the truth. Everywhere people go, they're asked for a Social Security card. In fact, one way to prove you're a bona fide person who can have a job is to ask for a driver's license and a Social Security card. This is an anti-fraud amendment.
A driver's license and a Social Security
card. Where
we
go, people say, well, why can't you stop illegal immigrants or others from coming here? And the number one answer we give our constituents is when they come here, they can get jobs, get benefits against the law because of fraud. And here, the gentleman from Florida has put together the most effective anti-fraud measure we can find.
How the tides have turned.
The actions of the government one bit. And we find all this opposition. Ladies and gentlemen of this chamber, what I worry about is that this bill, which started out with good intentions, whether you agree with it or disagree with it, is going to end up being the same kind of thing that the public gets angry with us on. We say we're doing something, and we do nothing. Because every time someone makes a rational and small proposal to get something done, people say, well, what about this hypothetical, that hypothetical, etc. I urge support of this amendment. If you believe you want to stop fraud in immigration, you have no choice but to support this amendment.
Gentleman's time has expired.
He was upset because people were coming into the U.S. illegally so they could defraud programs like Social Security.
Much like they're doing now. Yep.
What has changed?
Trump.
That's not all. They see immigrants as a voting bloc now.
Yes, they do.
Back then, they were the anti-immigration party. Illegal immigration party.
Yeah.
But now they see it as a voting bloc because their voting bloc is slipping away from them.
Yes.
Do you want to know the answer to why that happened?
Go for it.
Proposition 187.
Okay. I don't unpack that.
You don't remember? You guys don't remember that? It was
not specifically.
That was the California proposition that they put to the voters to block benefits and school admission for illegal immigrants. It was passed in 1994 overwhelmingly, like 60-40 in California.
Yeah.
And California Democrats, because they were the tip of the spear for this change in the Democrat mindset from being a worker party, American worker party, to being a facilitator of wealthy people party with an underclass of slaves that they got to vote for them. The Democrats in California fought to get this overturned, and they went to a federal judge, and it got overturned as being unconstitutional under the auspices that the federal government has all controls over the what is it, the immigration for the government. And so they were under Pete Wilson, who was governor. They were appealing it, and it had just gone to the Ninth Circuit, where the three-judge panel on the Ninth Circuit had reaffirmed it being overturned. And in that time, when it was stayed, they imported enough voters that Gray Davis wins the election in 1999, and then they pulled, because the new administration, they stopped appealing it. It never went to the Supreme Court, because the proposition was designed to be severable, where if you wouldn't, because it had clauses about cooperating with immigration authorities, making sure that people were getting their papers checked if they were arrested, et cetera. Sound familiar?
Mm-hmm.
And so it was also designed to be severable, where if any clause was not enforceable, the other things would still be enforced. It prevented, you couldn't register for even public elementary school without proving citizenship. So it would have removed all of the things that attracted the illegal immigrants to California, because they could have gotten none of the benefits. They couldn't be in public housing. They couldn't be on everything that Trump is doing now on the federal level.
Which is exactly why we say that Trump is just an old school
Democrat,
New York Democrat.
Yeah. I've been saying that for years,
Chuck Schumer, New York Democrat, 1996. That's what he was saying. That's what Trump is essentially saying now. And they have moved the window so far to the left.
Well, that's what happened.
That Trump looks like a conservative.
Yeah. So Prop 187 fails. They import all these voters to California, and they completely, you forget, because it's easy to, and I'm sure Comix, you may not have followed it. California used to produce tons of Republican politicians.
Yeah.
Ronald Reagan came from, Nixon and Reagan were both from California.
Yeah.
It was a blood red state.
Yeah, it was deep red. Pete Wilson, before he was governor, was a senator from, they used to have Republican senators as early, as not even as far back as the 80s. They were still Republican senators.
Right. My parents were, California Republicans, but the whole joke is a California Republican is basically, during that time period, was a Texas Democrat, because Democrats were different back in the 70s and 80s in Texas.
Well, yes. I mean, JFK would have been a freaking Republican at this point.
Yeah.
JFK would not fit into the Democrat Party at this point.
No, not in the slightest.
No, so back to Prop 187. Prop 187 goes through all this stuff. It fails. And so then the floodgates open because when California switched administrations and fought against this, it created a giant red carpet to flood California with immigrants. They suddenly get that in combination with the Motor Voter Act, which Bill Clinton passed in the early mid 90s, which required DMVs to automatically register everybody to vote when they got a driver's license. And shockingly, they weren't checking citizenship. There was, when they were doing that, it inflated the voter rolls so that California could sweep in massive Democrat. Like, that's when California's legislature went from being slightly Democratic and doing slightly stupid things to getting the super majorities they had where they could do whatever the hell they wanted. And that was the template that they started applying all over the country. I lived in Virginia, I still do, where they applied it the same way. Virginia became a magnet for El Salvadorians in Northern Virginia. The combination of government workers, El Salvadorian and other immigrants coming to the DC area because it was, economically very strong, completely shaped how Virginia went from a deep red state, just like California from the 90s even into the early 2000s, to being completely blue. Outside of a situation where in Loudoun County they're letting trans kids grape kids in the bathroom, which swung the election for Youngkin when he ran.
Mm-hmm.
And which is why Abigail Sponberger is probably going to win by close to double digits. Again, unless now we've got the new thing where now they're fighting Trump, and there's the newest, it's Loudoun County again, where they got a trans person, a trans girl, a trans boy, by the way, which means an organically biological woman is pretending to be a boy. She goes into a boys' locker room. The boys say that they're uncomfortable because there's a girl here.
Mm-hmm.
She takes out a phone and starts recording the other boys in the locker room. What do you think happened, Comix?
The boys got in trouble.
The boys got suspended for
that.
violating Title IX.
Yes.
And so they were suspended from the school, and nothing happened to the girl who recorded underage minors in a locker room in states of undress.
That's fucking retarded.
Yeah.
So this story is coming
the trans
back.
can do no wrong.
Yeah, the trans. Yeah. So that might actually. It's funny stupid. How the Loudoun County trans stuff might manage to swing an election again, because it pisses people off so much when they see all they have on tape is the boys going, "You're a girl. We don't want to change in front of you." And they're like, "Well, they're violating her civil rights." So anyway, that's the playbook was, and that's why they tried to do it on the mass countrywide level. We import the new voters, we put them into red states, we shift the red states to purple, and as soon as they're purple, we push it balls to the wall to make them deep blue. It happened in Colorado. Colorado went from just slightly purple to deep blue in a matter of an election because they pushed, as soon as they got power, they pulled every lever they could to make sure it never is going back.
Yeah, they got power. They legalized pot. Everybody from California moved in. Everybody voted California style.
So that's the playbook. So Prop 187 is the original sin that led to that entire playbook and shifted the Democratic Party from where they were at, because big business got on board with the Democrat politicians, especially they started with Pelosi and all those ones out of Silicon Valley in California. We'll give you unlimited free labor if you give us money to win elections. And that's why business shifted completely to shifting money to the Democrats. Mm-hmm. Big business isn't like it. There's this myth that Republicans are somehow the party of business. That hasn't been true for 25 years.
I was gonna say it was true at one point, but not now.
It's shifting back. The Teamsters are starting to get behind Trump.
It's because the rank and file are. The leadership doesn't want to.
No, the guy who's in charge spoke at the RNC, and he's actually basically said he endorses the whole MAGA movement at this point.
I don't know,
just in the last month or so.
All right, then it's recent because remember the criteria for endorsing Trump was they had to have 95% plus of the Teamsters rank and file vote for Trump in their endorsement.
Well, it wasn't in the election. I mean, I'm saying he's endorsing him now, endorsing what's going on now. The Teamsters have been meeting with the Trump administration and basically saying he's doing the things that we want, so we're going behind him. But they did show up. He was on the first night of the RNC, I believe. He gave a speech, and it was basically because the Kamala Harris campaign was like, yeah, screw you. And Trump was like, we'd love to have you here. I mean, come give whatever message you want, but you're welcome at the RNC.
Yep. Yes, dude, bro. The Pelosi family. Nancy Pelosi came up in Baltimore politics where they were, and then she married into the Pelosi side in California. California is a weird story where if you deep dive into it, there's about 3 or 4 families that are completely entrenched in politics and power and money. Gavin Newsom's family is one of them. The Pelosi's are another, and they just run that state like it's their own little fiefdom. And they stay mostly, it's funny, they have like the picks for who's going to be the politicians, but otherwise the rest of the family kind of stay out of the scene and just make their money and gain from it. It's terrible. A lot of it's tied to water rights too, which you'd think it's weird, but out west, water rights are like some of the biggest things you can have control over.
Yes.
Well, a lot of that kind of came out during the fires in LA. I thought it was kind of interesting where people were talking about water rights in California.
About the vineyard owners.
Yeah.
Well, they are all related. They are related, Minnesota. They're all related.
And they all intermarry. It's much like the royal family.
They're basically the fucking Habsburgs at this point.
Yeah.
That's another reference you can count people. I'm going back to the Habsburgs.
So Patrick Bet David, I'm not a huge fan. I don't think Chad is a huge fan either.
He's got a lot of sketchy things on how he made his money.
Yeah, but he did he was on Surrounded today with
he did a Jubilee thing
today. He did the Jubilee Surrounded, a capitalist versus anti-capitalist. And I'm going to pull up the video because I thought it was quite interesting, and Patrick Bet David made some pretty good points to this guy because the setup for this, the guy said he had applied to like 277 places and could not get a job. Nobody would call him back. So Patrick Bet David offers him a job on the spot, and hilarity ensues because they don't want help. The communists want to just be taken care of.
How about I interview you and I give you a job? Would you move to Fort Lauderdale?
Ooh, man, that's Florida. Sure, why not?
Would you move to Fort Lauderdale?
Sure, why not?
How about you and I document this? After this, you come, I do an interview with you, and I give you a job. And let's see what you do 90 days later.
Okay, I'll look up your company and all that kind of stuff, and I'll see it.
But you see what just happened
regardless,
right there? But watch what you just did.
Sure.
You just said you applied to 477 companies who's not gone back to you.
Yeah.
A business owner who's hiring aggressively just made an offer to you. You said you're willing to move. Then you said, I'll look at it. You became selective.
I didn't say I'll look at it if you'd let me finish my sentence.
Go ahead. I want to hear it.
I would like to look into your company to see exactly what you guys do.
You would like to?
Because I don't know what you guys do.
Okay.
So as far as I'm concerned, I may be wasting my time going. If you guys are a finance company, if you guys are a bank or something like that, I don't have the certificate.
Comix, you've had an interesting time trying to be employed, and Lil Chad, you had a little while as well. If somebody had offered you a job when you were getting no callbacks or anything, are you going to be sitting there hedging everything, or?
So this is
you got to have some genuine interest in that job.
This is where I'll push back a little bit. I'm given my background. I know and I've hired for businesses. I've done interviews. I would want to know the details of what, like, he's just saying I'm hiring. What is the job? Like, this guy had a point. Like, what are you actually trying to hire me for? Like, if I'm a chef and you offer me a job in finance running a hedge fund, I shouldn't take that job.
Yeah, that's a pretty fair point.
I feel like asking a reasonable follow-up of, well, what is the job? I would love to know more. Tell me what I can do to help your business, and we'll see if it's something I can
it's
do
a good
well.
fit, right?
Yeah, because you have to this is, so I don't agree. I think Patrick Bet-Davids is wrong in this situation, because as much as the other guy might be a douche nozzle, you can't hold it against someone wanting to have some kind of functional details before he says, I'm taking the job. Like, I think it's an unreasonable thing to
and
get
they
on
get
the
into
guy.
that a little bit, because the guy says, well, if you were a bank, I don't have the certifications and stuff. And Patrick Bet-David's like, okay, well, I mean, I'm offering you a job. If you needed certifications, we can help you get those certifications. I mean, it's obviously not a bank, but the fact that the guy, by the end of it, because I don't want to watch the whole thing, it's still another 2 minutes or so. By the end of it, the guy is just like, well, I don't want the job that you're going to offer me. And it's like, okay, at some point, if you're saying 477 companies would not even call you back, do you even want to be employed?
Well,
Yeah.
like Cousin Eddie, he's holding out for a management position.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. So I want to answer your question, because you basically asked me because of my situation.
Yep.
Well, I had something very similar happen where a good friend of mine, which is where I'm at currently, he basically said, hey, we're looking for a tech. It's not going to pay what you're making before. He basically told me the number. I was like, dude, it's better than what I'm making now, which is nothing.
Right.
And so, yeah, I mean, and again, I knew what the position was. It's for a tech. It's kind of in my area, even though I'm more on the software engineering side, DevOps side, but I'm still pretty technical. I mean, I deal with a lot of server crap, but not so much on the help desk side, which is more along the lines of what I'm doing now. But again, I'm computer literate, so I mean, I can still do that job. And here I am. I took the job. I can pay my bills for the most part. There's still areas where I end up coming up short, but it's better than where I was before, which was just doing the contract work.
Yeah. If I lost my job, I'm going to be delivering freaking pizzas if I have to have some money coming in while I'm looking for something more permanent. I'm not going to be whining about the job that I can get when I can't find a job.
Yeah, I mean, if something was to go south,
money is better than nothing coming in.
Exactly. If I was to lose this job or whatever, yeah, because we all know how the world is fucking insane right now. Mm-hmm. I mean, the first thing I would do is I would just head to DoorDash and do that.
I'm gonna do something.
Yeah. While trying to go and find another job, but it's like,
and Keri, we feel the same way about PPD, but that was the big thing that came out today on Twitter, was the new Surrounded. So. And Eric K with the short joke. For $5, Comix said he's coming up short. Ah ha 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 ha.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was a joke, right?
Yeah.
I thought jokes were supposed to be funny, Eric.
The short has gotten over to the stream now.
Yeah. I will say what Jaffo point is, you can't get a job after 450 plus tries. I have 2 jobs, bitch, get to work. Yeah.
That's kind of my point, is these people on the anti-capitalist side. I get your point, Chad. I also see them. They were all just, we want to be taken care of. We don't want to have to be in a capitalist society. We don't feel like we should have to work. Even if I'm going to apply to 450
That's
places,
not how the real world
if I get a
works,
job offer, I'm not going to take it because it doesn't suit what I want.
While I was out of work, I picked up a part-time finance task job that I was doing, much like Comix. It was lower paying, lower skill, and it was actually kind of nice because I didn't have to worry about any shit on the business side. It was just like do data entry.
I just do my stuff.
Yeah, and they were nice people, and it worked fine for what I was doing till I got my forever home, quote unquote. My actual job with benefits. Yeah. Hopefully, fingers crossed. This is a good place. So yeah, he was probably going in with what would be the thing? He is not a reliable narrator, or so to speak. He's not going in with good intentions when he's asking the questions that are the follow-ups. But I think for any reasonable person in a situation where you're telling your story about I'm being unemployed and this and that and the other, and someone just comes in and says, well, fine, I'll give you a job. It is completely reasonable to start asking clarifications and follow-up. So just because this guy's a douche nozzle and was not being genuine in his ability, like he should have asked if he had asked, I think, genuine follow-up questions,
yeah,
it would have been fine. So yeah, he wasn't being serious in his denial. He was outright rejecting.
He was looking for a reason to get out of having to take the job.
Yeah, so he didn't want to. But at the same time,
that's the point I was trying to point.
Yeah, but for everybody in chat, don't ever feel like you can't. When you are in a job interview, this is an important thing. You need to feel out, like, even if you are in a situation where you're feeling kind of desperate, you feel out the people that you're interviewing with, because they could be a terrible fit, and it can, being at a workplace that is toxic can sap you in a way that few things can. Like bad marriage, bad workplace, they will destroy your motivation to do things. So when you can vet people, because interviews are hard to vet 100%, but make sure you ask the questions like, what am I doing? What is my gauge of success?
What is my role?
What is the role? What does my role being successful look like to you? Who am I working with? The best places that you work with are going to do a couple rounds of interviews, mainly because you're usually interviewing with a recruiter, and then you're interviewing probably with the department that you'd be working in. And so you get an idea, and where you can start asking questions to the place where you're actually going to be doing the work, hopefully with your direct supervisor or boss, where you can get the idea of what are my metrics? What does success look like? What are your expectations? How would I do this role? And then what's your culture like? What is your, what is my ability to move up, succeed, all those kinds of good things. Don't ever feel like you can't ask questions. It's something that's important. A lot of people, because even I know I was feeling it too. Like after 3 months, I was really wanting my job. And
going back to the whole thing, what you're talking about, working in a toxic environment. For a number of years, I worked for a company that was very toxic. It got to the point where I hated programming. And literally I stopped for probably, I don't know, maybe 5-10 years. 10-15 years. That's part of the reason why I ended up switching over to DevOps, is because I got so burnt out because of the place I worked at. It just got super toxic, and it fucking brain rotted me to the point where the very thing I love to do, I started to hate with a fucking passion.
Right. The thing that you wanted to be a career became draining.
Yes. And yes, I can program Putin's cat. I can program in 5 different languages.
I can speak one. Because I took Latin. Well, because I took Latin for my foreign language, and we didn't have to speak it.
I did too.
But I scored really high in my verbal section on my SATs because of that shit. So good for me.
That's funny.
That's how it works. Oh,
my daughter's school did Latin as well.
Here you go, Brahma. I got something for you, because this is the 2025 version of That Kid Is Back on the Damn Escalator Again.
That kid is on the escalator.
This was at Hershey Park.
What is that, the monorail?
Monorail?
Yep. And he's just walking around, and I guess he is, I guess, mildly autistic, so it explains why.
And that kid is back on the escalator.
Like,
Where's
look,
his parents?
What's like, everyone's happy. He's walking towards the building. No, keep going. And then what does he do? Because nope, I'm gonna start walking.
What's that? You want me to go where?
Meanwhile, the monorail.
So finally, another park goer, by the way, not security, not anyone who worked there.
Gets on the roof.
Gets on the roof of that building to get that kid.
I'm still just waiting for the fucking monorail to plow through those people. Where was that at? Was that Disney or
Hershey Park?
Hershey Park. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So this is all I'm saying is that kid is back on that damn monorail track again. And I don't want something to happen. God forbid. But the parents should have to put up with
the parents should have to. Yeah.
I just love how it ends with the fucking kid getting caught in the escalator.
That was back when Kevin Smith was fun.
Oh God. Yeah. Actually had talent.
Yeah. Did you have any other major topics to cover, Chad? I've got the controversy that's going to be happening with CBS, but
the Kristi Noem edits.
Yes,
I did have one
other lawsuit incoming.
It's a little more cultural, so Comix might even want to talk about this one.
Okay.
Tomorrow.
Oh yeah, Chris Columbus.
So basically, first Chris Columbus said that he didn't really see why they were making this new show, because he saw the picture of Nick Frost as Hagrid, and he's like, that's the same costume,
it's the same outfits,
same outfits, same everything.
Fucking works, man.
Yeah, but then they asked him further because he was apparently working on an adaptation of The Cursed Child, which is her stage play sequel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's set, I guess, 20 years after they got out of Hogwarts.
Mm-hmm.
So all of the cast would be age appropriate to play these roles now.
Mm-hmm.
So they went to Columbus, and he was working on adapting it with the idea that they would bring back all of the original cast to do the sequel, because Warner Brothers wants to monetize the shit out of Harry Potter. So we know that. But then the issue he ran into was, he was like, when I was working on it, I just, all these people are in different places, Daniel, and this, and they won't do it because of, J.K. Rowling's transphobia. I'm like, mother effer, Daniel Radcliffe only has sniffs attention because J.K. Rowling signed off on his casting.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and apparently Emma Watson is in need of some attention lately, because she came out and announced a couple days ago that she's self-partnered.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes. She had to make sure everybody knows that. I'm self-partnered. And
what did she go to a WNBA game?
Likely.
Yeah, I was going to say.
She probably took home one of the things on the court.
She's like, once I saw the purple one, I knew I had found my match.
Exactly.
Oh, did we get a super chat? No?
It just sounds like she can't find a boyfriend.
And she's too feminist to have a boyfriend, I think.
Well, maybe she's doing the world a favor at this point.
Randall Orser for $6.99 Canadian. I was never without a job unless I wanted to be. Self-employed now for 30 years. If I'm going to work for an asshole or an idiot, I may as well work for myself.
Yeah, that's true, man.
I did until I saw the writing on the wall in my industry, and my business had not grown large enough to survive what was coming. So I went and made a deal to basically get what I was already getting and still be the boss, but do the same thing without the added worry of the whole thing collapsing underneath me.
Actually,
just because of the industry I'm in.
I'm going to rephrase my statement. She's not doing the world a favor. She's doing men a favor.
Absolutely.
I'm guessing this is a reference to the movie The End, which is actually pretty funny. I know that
I know she ran away screaming from that shooting.
Yeah.
Film shooting.
Which was funny because of the context of what they were doing in the movie too, which was yeah. I know people hate Seth Rogen, and I'm not a big fan either, but that movie still makes me laugh.
Which movie?
This is the end.
This is the end.
Oh, the end. This is the end. Okay, I know what you're talking about.
And it's an ensemble. Yeah, Seth Rogen's in it, but I mean, there's plenty of other stuff in it that's funny.
Jay, are you one of those people who just hates things that are universally beloved? No. What do you think of Forrest Gump? I don't like it. What?
Well, I'll be honest with you.
It does
Seth
have the greatest
Rogen,
villain.
Before he got insufferable, was actually a pretty decent actor.
Do you mean when Danny McBride comes back?
Well, it's like he was actually pretty good in Freaks and Geeks.
Freaks and Geeks. I like Superbad.
Yeah.
Back in the day, I thought Superbad was pretty funny.
Yeah.
So deprogrammed Keri Smith over here. Self-partnerships divorces are almost impossible. Really tough. Not in Canada.
Well, I mean, technically, all you got to do is convert to trans, and then there's a 40% chance that you're divorced.
Oh, come on. My
well,
joke was good.
the other thing too is that, at least
you
she's
guys
not
suck.
a political lesbian. Because that's actually a thing.
You guys suck. My joke
Okay,
was
make
great.
your Canada made joke.
No, as in Canada will self-delete you. That's how you do a self-divorce. You go in and be like, I'm in a self-partnership. Oh, would you like to come to our death pod? We can separate you from the mortal coil.
Yeah, yes, Keri. Political lesbianism is actually a thing. It's women who hate men so much that even though they're straight, they would rather have a relationship with another woman.
Or themselves.
Or Jason Momoa.
Or an inanimate object.
Well, I mean,
or as we found out last year or earlier this year, a bear in the woods.
I said Jason Momoa. I didn't stutter.
Fair enough.
What is Eric K?
Eric K for $5 on the YouTube side. Beauty and the Beast live action with Emma Watson. She refused to wear the dresses they made. They had a corset, which is appropriate for the time. Well, Beauty and the Beast, both versions actually.
Do you pronounce it corset?
Corset.
Corset.
Okay.
It was just reading it without reading it before I read it.
It's like this is a very emphasis on the wrong syllable right there.
Corset.
Croissants?
I mean, we all know what was his name? Gaston was actually the hero of that story. And they ran him out of town and then got him killed.
I feel like you're misreading what happened, but that's cool.
No, he turned down all the hoes for the good chick, and then he went and tried to save her from a freaking monster and got killed for it.
No,
that's exactly what the man of the village should be doing.
Hold on, time out. Gaston was brightly punished for turning down the trad wives and going for the lesbian.
The trad wives were dressed like whores.
If you mean long skirts that went down to their ankles, you Amish.
I think you're misremembering what those chicks look like.
I'm going to look it up. You discuss.
Eric K, $2. Also, the puffy dresses. Yes, you look up what the girls in town that were swooning over him looked like.
I am looking it up.
Oh, and we can take this down.
There we go.
Yep. Let's see.
I mean,
Keri gets it.
He kidnapped her dad to extort her into marriage.
Beast is the bad guy.
Right over here, Brahman's like, look, I said he was the hero. You don't have to convince me. I already voted for him, man.
No, real Wade. Think about it. If you were the hunter of the city or the town, your little village, you're the one doing all the protection, and some monster kidnaps some old man and then his daughter, are you supposed to just let the monster keep her, or are you supposed to go after him?
You're making some.
They don't know that
very
it's a freaking
valid
prince.
I'm almost convinced.
He turned down the whores for the actual.
He
trad
turned
wife.
down. No, Belle was not a trad wife. She was a feminist women's studies major.
Yes,
and
she is.
You're acting. You're telling.
She read books.
I stand by my statement.
Yes.
Reading books is now the feminist major.
Well, there's a core in
Keri, you're in
1712.
trouble.
Like it's 1712. Most of the entire country was illiterate. If she spent that much time doing it.
Did you find the other girls?
All right. Hold on. There we go. All right, got the shot. I had to go on to the secret server and get it going. They are not dressed like whores. Those are full-length skirts, man. Because they've got Sydney Sweeney capabilities.
Uh-huh. Those are just regular everyday dresses where the whole half of your boobs are just hanging out there.
Help me out, chat. If you think those are regular dresses, super chat $1. If you think they're whore outfits, super chat 10.
Okay, all I have to say is I don't know what the hell Gaston was thinking about going after Belle. I think he had better options.
Okay, I am 100% on Johnny probably being co-equal with with Daniel when you look back at it.
Especially after you got Cobra Kai.
Yeah. Oh, she calling them flu. All right, Keri's calling them floozies. Whatever.
Yep.
They were.
But she did also say a couple of minutes ago, no, it was Gaston who tried to kidnap Belle's dad and force her into marriage. I was pretty sure that Beast had her dad and she went after him.
I think
that's how she got stuck there.
So yes, the dad, when he was coming back, found the castle, went inside, and was held prisoner because the Beast didn't let him out. Belle went looking for him, found the castle, agreed to exchange, and then the Beast offered to hold her instead of the father because after consulting with his enchanted servants, they're like, it's a girl, you're straight, this is your shot, take it.
This is your only chance.
Yeah.
And our only chance. I don't
It's
remember
like-
Gaston doing anything with the dad to try to get her
No,
to marry
Gaston.
him.
Yeah, no, Gaston had him committed.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, there's that.
I watched this when I was in like what, 6th grade?
How have you not, you haven't watched
never
it?
watched it.
No, I don't watch kids movies for fun.
Okay,
Yeah,
number
and-
one,
and-
it's a
and
very
Keri-
well-made movie. The music is good. It's quality animation. Did you watch Aladdin?
Aladdin was good. And I just want to
I
point
watched
point
it
out,
like
Keri,
once or twice back
even
then.
floozies need love too. Okay.
Yes, we were talking about a cartoon because they're wrong. Gaston turned down the trad wives and went after the college girl
Those
who
were
was
not
super
trad
liberal.
wives. They were the bar whores.
They wanted to marry Gaston and have babies and live at home. That's trad.
Yes, all three of them wanted them all at the same time.
Well, then good for
So trad.
Gaston. Look, the village needs numbers.
Yep. Now it's a Mormon village.
It takes a village.
Okay,
To raise
Hillary.
Yeah, the real okay. This is the real villain of Beauty and the Beast is the witch that cursed Beast. Sorry, loyal servants, your young prince is a dick, so you're going to be turned to furniture.
Sure.
So this is an example of where the Disney live action version made a subtle adjustment that was better. In the redoing of the intro, instead of the prince being like 12 and being a dick and then her cursing everybody, he's 20. All of the servants are laughing at this woman too, and they're joining in his bad behavior. So they're like, oh, you're facilitating. You are right to be cursed as well, because it's a pretty big loophole that she's like, I'm cursing the entire castle because you're a dick. So,
But I think all those objects became basically immortal until they got changed back to human. Because there was nothing that says anybody was aging, because Chip stayed a kid the whole time.
yeah. Oh, you think being like a candelabra forever is superior to being a human? And Lemire wanted it because look, he could never
had the
get
feather
with those.
duster.
He couldn't get. He would light them on fire. It wouldn't work. It didn't match up right.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted more than the dusting.
Eric K for $5. So the dad did a standard breaking and entering, and she was left till he could pay off the debt. Yes. Also, Keri, they were trad wives like ex-influencers are trad wives. Yes. They were the
Look.
Ashley St. Clair.
No, hold on. I'm gonna do this is worth it. Go with me. Let me get this set up, and then we're gonna get the joke. Hello, Michael Knowles. I've turned off my OnlyFans. Will you have me on your show?
She stopped dressing like a harlot to be on a show.
Who was that?
Nala.
I
The
don't know.
OnlyFans chick that became a Christian and stopped her OnlyFans.
Oh, okay.
By the way, if
that
there
was
was
brought on to all the right-wing shows.
they're clearly triplets competing to see which one is going to get to marry Gaston and live the trad life.
Mm-hmm.
And look, the only other eligible male we see in the village is the little guy that hangs out with Gaston. Can you blame them for going
I heard
hardcore?
they made him completely gay in the live action.
Because that's period accurate.
The Nala chick is getting
She's
married.
already married. She's been married for
But did she wear
almost a year, I think.
Because I feel like that might not have been appropriate. She should definitely have gone with like bone
She
or
probably
off-white.
matched her hair.
Off-white.
Is that the chick that people are kind of criticizing right now? Because
no, she got kind of famous on whatever cast for being so bimbo-ish, and then like maybe 3 or 4 months later, she declared that she had ended her OnlyFans and became a Christian.
See, Deeple gets it. Do you want to be second place if you're getting the lackey? That's your only choice after second place. This isn't like in 2020s where that guy can go and make money being a tech bro. It's the 1700s. Either you got the guy who.
I'm kind of saying I already know how they were making money.
Davina says LeFou is a prize. Gaston owned the bar.
And they were employees.
So because they wanted to get to know. Look, I married the girl who I was the manager of, and it's been going on 20 years happily. So you sexually harassed your way into marriage too. So you're one.
Yeah,
Don't even.
I was also her manager. And then I fired her. That way there wasn't an issue with management dating somebody beneath them.
That certainly explains the hostility.
All right, we've got Christy Nome and the deceptive CBS editing, and then memes, and then we'll see if the crazy Beauty and the Beast continues after that. But let's hit this up because I think we're going to have another lawsuit on our hands.
Chat, if you want us to keep talking Beauty and the Beast after this, $10 super chat and we'll keep going.
Disney animation in general, because I'm sure there's other examples of where the bad guy is actually the good guy.
It's $10 super chat goal to keep the Disney animation debate going because it's a holiday tomorrow. So
Chad's off, so he doesn't have to go into the office. So Labor Day extended bullpen. All right. So on the left is Christy Nome's full statement, and on the right is what CBS decided to air.
And the one thing that we will continue to do is to make sure that he doesn't walk free in the United States of America. This individual was a...
By the way, this is about Maryland man Abrejo Garcia.
I figured.
Known human smuggler, MS-13 gang member, an individual who was a wife beater, and someone who was so perverted that he solicited nude photos from minors, and even his fellow human traffickers told him to knock it off. He was so sick in what he was doing and how he was treating small children. So he needs to never be in the United States of America, and our administration is making sure we're doing all that we can to bring him.
So basically, what aired on CBS was.
And the one thing that we will continue to do is to make sure that he doesn't walk free in the United States of America. This individual.
So they edited it to, he will not walk free in the United States of America, and cut out all the reasoning that the administration has behind that.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, why would you want actual evidence of him being a criminal?
Based on recent lawsuits, I would say CBS is probably going to be in trouble with the Trump administration. and probably facing a lawsuit over deceptive editing yet again.
Yeah.
Just FYI, Brahma. Just telling you.
Yeah, I saw Copy
Yeah,
Kitty, $10
that's right.
done.
I hope you're ready because we're deep diving Aladdin, Little Mermaid. We're going all over those princes.
We're going into all those movies that Chad still watches, and I haven't since I was a small child.
They're still good movies. I also still enjoy Pocahontas is a funny one if you know the real history of it. But
yeah, she died a pretty miserable death. Unfortunately,
she died and married to a whole different dude. She died in England.
Yeah, she did.
Away from her family.
Yep.
But she had married a rich tobacco farmer, so that's fine. All right, so Kristi Noem, interesting. By the way, she's 53. Ice Barbie is definitely doing her part to try to not look 53.
Which is one of the only funny things that South Park has done this.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's the South Park joke.
the pit crew that keeps her face intact, but she still looks good. She was, what was she? Miss South Dakota back in the day, or Mrs. South Dakota?
Well, I think she represents North. Is it South Dakota?
Or North Dakota.
No, she's South Dakota. You're right.
Is she South Dakota? Okay.
I mean, they're basically, they should just be one Dakota. It should just be Dakota. We get 4 senators out of it, so we should
we keep it separated. In fact,
gotta keep them separated.
That is something else we could just hit on real quick. What do you guys think about the 2-state solution? The new one. Talking about California.
Oh, I was going with Virginia needing to split into 2 states, but yeah.
No, they're calling Palestine. They're calling California splitting into 2 states and joining, either what is it, Idaho?
Is it Greater Idaho?
Yeah. They're talking about that and calling it the new 2-state solution. So I think the Republicans are fed up with California's crap.
Yeah, I was gonna say, quite frankly, I mean, if you're a Republican in California, sorry, because you don't have any kind of representation. And again, this goes back to the whole thing with the gerrymandering conversation. As I've said before, I'm personally against gerrymandering, but these are the rules that the Democrats have put in place, and therefore I don't have a problem with the Republicans doing the exact same thing at this point. And yeah, and I just think it's funny when Gavin Newsom's like, "Oh, we're going to gerrymander harder." Oh, wait, we can't gerrymander harder. We already did it.
They still got a little room, 5 seats, but the rest of their states really don't. Is this the new map after the census? If we get everybody kicked out?
No, this is the map of the 2024 presidential election.
Okay.
By county.
Yeah.
In the United States. So what you're talking, this whole Greater Idaho thing, it would be the segmentation of it. If my mouse shows up on screen, is basically taking all of this, and all of that. Basically, it's going up here, going around here.
Yeah, they want part of Oregon too, which I would rather create more states rather than making Idaho a super state.
Well, there was a proposal going back to the 1940s for something called the state of Jefferson, which was going to be this chunk of California and this chunk of, was that Oregon or Washington?
Yeah, Oregon. Washington's on top. Oregon's
Washington's on.
So it borders with Canada, Washington.
Yeah, so... Yeah, so Oregon, and make that, and that was there is a standing proposal for what would be labeled the state of Jefferson to do that.
Yeah, the other part of me says I don't like the idea of adding states of any kind at this point, unless it's taking on some of Canada.
Yeah, the Alberta solution.
Yeah. Because, if we do it, they're going to try to push for DC, even though that can't be done. And then they're going to push for Puerto Rico. So some things we should not open the door on.
I kind of agree with that.
What is... Oh, Jaffo sent you some money.
Yep. Jaffo for $4.99, and it won't pull up for me. Oysters should talk about us turning red. The
Red Tide.
Pixar movie about becoming an OnlyFans model. I didn't see it. I thought that was about the menstrual cycle.
Yeah, well, it is.
All right. Oh,
Did you see
got
it, Chad?
Oh, yeah. It's on the server if you ever want to watch it.
No,
it
I
is,
don't.
No,
I'm
it's
just asking if you saw it. I don't want to see it.
I just remember everyone making the jokes about it. It's like, okay, they did a period.
Number one, it's not as bad as people would say it is, but it's not good. It is a completely, it's a straight to Disney Plus movie is what it's felt like. You know, it didn't feel like a theatrical movie. The period jokes is mainly coming from the fact that it's a girl coming of age and she becomes a red panda, but that's because she's Asian, and culturally red pandas represent a lot of stuff in Chinese culture. But
we're not a Chinese culture, so
she's
felt pretty on the head here.
I mean, look, I'm just saying it's not a good movie. It's not a good movie, but it's not as bad as it leaned, like the promotion and the materials leaned into it and created an atmosphere. Like it was just bad marketing too. Like Disney makes all sorts of mistakes, and marketing that in the way they did led to it being ripe for those jokes. But you got more money came in.
Yep. Eric K. for $5. Steve Garvey beating Adam Schiff. Then miraculously, Garvey suddenly got no votes overnight, and the next day Schiff won. That happens in California quite a bit, where there's a sudden drop of votes very late at night, like many other states. Georgia.
No, come on, bro. I'm sure it's
Arizona.
all above board. It's fine. No, don't look behind the curtain. I told you not to look behind the curtain.
Yeah, it's not just the gerrymandering that's rigged in California. And Keri Smith for a very generous $19.99. The bullpen rules. Gaston rules. You know, Keri, the link that you've got in our DMs is essentially a permalink. You can use it to jump on anytime you ever feel like it.
If she wants to come on and try to debate me that they weren't the future trad wives of that French village, that's fine.
All right, let's go through the memes and then we'll go into bonus time. So these are from Deeple. This is GoFundMe in 1989.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yep. Just because someone is here illegally doesn't mean they broke any of our laws. The dumbest argument they've ever come up with, and yet every single one of them uses it.
Did she actually say that?
Pretty much they've all said it at this point.
Yeah.
It's a civil issue, not a criminal issue.
No,
okay. Did they break a law? Are they here illegally? Yes. Even Warwick Davis is joining in.
Darth Scipio, no one's believing you. No, come on, dude. Illinois and California are so fucking gerrymandered. It's not even funny. I mean, the reason why I could tell you that is that if we actually do gerrymander the state in Texas, we'll get 20 seats. There you go.
And if you kick out all the illegals and take a census that doesn't count everybody here that shouldn't be, California and most of the blue states lose tons of seats. Texas loses a couple.
I'm fine with that. I'm completely fine with that.
Yeah. Take a couple from Texas, but take the other 10 from California that aren't supposed to exist.
Yeah.
Yeah. No thanks. Potato.
Indeed.
Everyone appreciates your honesty until you're honest with them. Then you're an asshole.
Yep.
When George Soros turns on the vibrator and shifts ass. Must happen a lot, because I've seen that look on his face tons of times.
Do you know how we know that Illinois is so gerrymandered? Because they can't do it, dude. That's how we know.
Yeah, Illinois already said they were going to jump in this fight, and then they said, oh no, if we gerrymander anymore, we will actually lose protected seats.
Yes.
Trying to create new seats. When you buy your first gun, good, let the freedom flow through you. right winger, American citizen, peaceful protest, successful leader. Very true.
Oh man, I really want to watch him run for president and crash and burn.
Oh, there was a poll going on. I didn't get to see the result, but it was like, do you think Gavin Newsom's going to clean the stage with JD Vance in a debate?
No.
It's like, are you serious?
All you have to do is run clips of him walking around those trains that were basically looted. And he's like, I don't understand how this happened. It's like, you fucking let this happen with your fucking laws, dumbass.
Or during the fires when the citizen ran up to him and was like, what are we going to do about this? Well, I'm on the phone with the president right now. I can't talk with you. And he's just not even like holding the phone up to his ear. Yeah. And then a couple seconds later, he's like, oh, I do need to hold the phone up to my ear if I'm pretending I'm on the phone with the president doing something.
Yeah.
Eventually, the box of obsolete cables gained consciousness. I have a box of obsolete cables.
I have like several.
Every now and then one comes back and is usable.
Yep.
My wife always says, like, why do you have this? Like, because there's still stuff that uses these, but we just don't need. I was like, you're going to make me do it. And that's when we're going to have something that uses a micro USB to charge.
Yeah. The micro USB, like the old Motorola phone charger.
Or no, mini USB. Mini USB. Micro is the one. Yeah.
There's both. There's the one that's squared off and there's the one that's more rounded off. I still have both of those cables because even one of my microphones actually uses that for something. And the microphones I got like years after those things were obsolete. Man returns to work after vacation with fresh, re-energized hatred for job. Yep. Hate crime, the heinous act of disagreeing with a liberal.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, but we're now turning those hate crime legislations against them. So,
as we should.
As much as we don't like the hate crime legislation, our DOJ is starting to use them to
as they should
a little bit. Yep. Best encouragement for a marathon runner I've ever seen. Run like Hillary knows you plan to testify against her. Born to reclaim the Holy Land, cursed to receive a warning from HR. On what planet should a union that can endorse a presidential candidate be allowed to collect and deliver the ballots for that election? USPS. Pumpkin spice, September 1st.
Jesus.
Spice must flow.
No!
Melange is coming. September is National Stop Blaming White People Month. Accept responsibility for your own bad choices. Hug a white person.
My God, that's great.
Nice. Thank you, Deeple. So that's the memes for the night. All right, real Chad, quick, where do you want to jump in?
I did see it. It came up in chat, so I'm just sharing this map because it came up. This is Ohio is now also going to redistrict to a 13-2 map.
Indiana is also working on it. Kansas
so that would remove currently that would basically remove 3 Democrat seats by doing that.
Oh no, how awful.
So you can see, like, by congregating, it's a D plus 42 district and a D plus 54. You know, Cleveland and Cincinnati.
Yeah,
and
the 2 major cities.
And then you chunk out all the rest, and you've got the lowest one that they would have is an R plus 5, but everything else is like deep. So
yeah,
that, I mean,
there's some leans red, but most of them are strong red.
Yeah, so this is a good one. There's just so much more low-hanging fruit from the red states to be able to pull this off. So the redistricting would be a losing effort for the Democrat states. They've already gerrymandered other ones. So
it's already happening. So, I mean, there's no stopping this train now.
Which is good because Trump is teaching these guys to really wield power. Like the way to keep your state a red state is to govern like a red state. Stop
because that's how
being
the blue states
wishy-washy.
govern.
Mm-hmm.
Look at Colorado.
Yep.
I mean, somebody had said, I think it was Dude Bro said, we turned blue before the pot thing. The pot thing is what solidified it. It went purple to light blue to never going back. Colorado is a lost state.
Mm-hmm.
And that was part of the plan. You legalized it, and that killed the state off. It became a blue state from that day on.
Yeah. Keri makes a point. It's like govern like a red state. That's why we voted for you.
Yeah, that's always been the problem with Republicans. We voted for you to do the things you keep saying, but when you get the power, you don't do it. Trump is dragging them kicking and screaming into doing these things.
Like a good example is Tennessee. They were the one that went to the Supreme Court fighting to be able to ban puberty blockers and trans treatments for minor children. And they didn't give up when they lost on that lower level like other red states have in the past. They were like, no, we're fucking taking this to the Supreme Court. We're going to win. And they did. And then there's all these people from Nashville and Memphis who were like, we're going to have to leave because we can't have our children. And they're like, bye, Felicia, get the F out. Like our state is red. This is what you're getting. Move somewhere else. All right. Now it is crazy how even as we've said previously, Trump was a probably moderate Democrat in the 80s. Maybe moderate, like
tells
moderate.
Us how far the country has moved to the left.
Yep.
But at the same time, he's giving the Republicans a playbook that is so much more capable of helping the country be a center-right country by actually not teaching Republican, like the JD Vance, the next generation of politicians who are like, when the reporters are trying to guilt him and he's like, I don't give a rat's ass what you're trying to do. I'm just done.
Just in general, stay away from wedge issues. Go with the 80-20.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you stick with 80-20 with what people like, and if it sides anywhere near your side, that's the thing you should be fighting for, because 80% of the country wants it. The wedge issues are what they use to keep themselves in power and not get anything changed.
Yep. Yeah, that's a problem.
And if you can take small wins, take them. Be pragmatic. That's all me and Chad preach. Be pragmatic as politicians, because yes, we want certain things, but if you have to baby step to get them, then baby step to get them. Because sometimes taking the little wins adds up to a big win. Don't sink the whole platform because you can't stomach one little piece of something. Where were you going though, Chad? Sorry.
I was prepping for our Disney debate that Copy paid for.
I don't know that I don't have strong feelings on a whole lot outside of Gaston was the hero.
All right.
But we can see what you can get me to take a stance on.
All right, here's our Disney villain mega list here. And I'm pretty sure that Brahma probably doesn't even... All right, do you know this one? Over here on the left?
I can't even see it enough to... Is that from Hunchback?
Yep, that is Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Never saw it.
I mean, he was just trying to keep his people in good faith. I mean, Quasimodo was a demon spawn, so... And there was also,
a horrible Broken Lizard movie.
This is true. But yeah, he did lean into classic. A Syndrome. I mean, when everyone's special, no one's special. That's a good point. Prince John over here. Then we got the girl here who was the villain from Tangled. We got Pete. I'm going to disagree with putting Pete in there because he was best friends with Goofy and Goof Troop. And even though he was a little mean sometimes, he was a good dad, at least.
He was like Bluto. It was just a fair fight over a girl, right?
Then this woman is from The Emperor's New Groove. We got Hades from Hercules, who was voiced by James Woods, so I really don't want to put him on the villain list.
Yeah, James Wood is never a villain. You've got Captain Hook, who just wanted these idiot kids to grow up.
Now, Scar, on the other hand, is legit villain.
Scar was screwed from birth. They named him Scar before he had a scar.
No, he got the name Scar after we got the prequel finally.
Watch the prequel movie?
Hell no, I didn't watch
I didn't watch the prequel movie. But it is weird because technically the way a group of lions works, I mean, Mufasa was probably all those girls' dad. And then, Simba got
marries one of his cousins.
I think was her name Nala?
No,
her name was Nala. Oh, it all comes full circle. It's the OnlyFans.
So Simba actually married one of his half sisters.
We're messing with Keri. They aren't anti-heroes. This is okay. No, specifically the only one I'm taking out is Pete, because if Goof Troop, they made him a good dad to his son. He was a little gruff, but I mean, he was important.
Cruella de Vil is just a coat manufacturer. I don't see what's wrong with that.
I mean, she did want to murder puppies.
Yeah, I was going to say, I thought she wanted to murder puppies.
Cruella de Vil was just misunderstood. I mean,
so nobody's eating veal?
No, Cruella de Vil was clearly an employee of PETA.
First off, yes, I have eaten veal, and I don't have a problem with it. Because veal is basically things we already eat to begin with, where I don't typically wear dog coats.
You're going to need to donate more than $1. This is definitely let's see, donate $1 if you want Brahma and Chad to embrace
good luck
Disney.
Getting me to do anything Disney centric, because I don't watch all the kids stuff.
If we can get Brahma's channel to 1,000 paid members, he will do a
subs first.
Yeah. Well, it kind of, you need one to get the other. Don't complicate the goal, Brahma.
Okay.
1,000 paid members. He'll do a show about Disney fandom with me.
I mean, Ursula, a deal's a deal, right?
Well, she did cheat. Ursula is a good example.
Did she? Or did Ariel not read the fine lines? The fine print?
Keri gets it. Cruella de Vil was a PETA employee just looking out for the overpopulation of Dalmatians.
Oh, man.
Oh, we got Eric K coming in with the real dark theories.
Eric K for $5. Syndrome was Mr. Incredible's illegitimate son. Same jaw and hair when young. Mr. Incredible said take him home to his mom. Mom was unpowered, not a super. I never saw it, so you're going to have to address that.
That's fan casting, fan theories right there.
Fan theory, no.
He did know, it would be pretty messed up if he, Mr. Incredible abandoned his kid. So no, plus he's, I guess you would go with that. He was the redheaded stepchild.
He is redheaded.
I'm not going to deny that Mr. Incredible, prior to his marriage to Elastigirl, may have been banging Syndrome's mom, but he definitely stopped once he got with Elastigirl.
Matt Fowler really likes Elastigirl.
From
Foulball Productions.
She's got a big ass.
He really likes that. JB for $3, a post-it note with the text "I'll be back" appearing on it.
All right, yeah. Ursula did cheat. Now Maleficent was the poster child for Disney trying to do the she was just misunderstood. No, she was a lying bitch cunt who cursed a small child. She's a terrible person. That's how she is. The Gal Gadot now live action played Evil Queen. I mean, she told
if you're going with the live action, she definitely was hotter, and there's no reason the stupid mirror should have been lying to her about Rachel Zegler.
Yeah. Bitch, you hot. You got nothing to worry about.
Ursula was just a boss babe of size. Why can't assertive and competent women get ahead without being called witches? She was
Ursula
was a sea witch
off of a drag queen.
And by the way, Ursula, yeah, so Ursula was based on a man. Because you know what? It's like it's
very, very gay man.
Yes.
Actually, here we go. We got Turbo over here from the Wreck-It Ralph movie. Jafar.
Okay, so Wreck-It Ralph, he didn't want her racing because she was going to short circuit all the programming, right?
No, she was going to reset all the programming back to its original state. Because she was Vanellope von Schweetz was the original protagonist of the racing game.
Okay, then we've got our hero Gaston.
All right, who should have been getting with the trad wives and doing his job to protect, protect the village numbers and population growth.
What did Shere Khan do wrong? He's a freaking tiger. He wants to eat the kid. All the humans are hunting him. I mean, I think he has every right to eat the kid. It's in his nature.
Yeah, Shere Khan was probably the most non-villainous one because his point was man cubs, children, will turn into men who will kill us. They kill us with their weapons, with their fire, with all the rest. So Shere Khan was the one who was actually probably correct that they should have just eaten Mowgli, when he was a kid and kept it from there, because when he went back to the village, he got a gun, and he went back and got and was
he made him a freaking rug.
I'm gonna have a tiger skin rug.
No, keep going, Keri. You're right on track with us.
All right, Nate over here. Gaston wouldn't take no for an answer and threatened to lock Belle's father in an asylum. FM. Yeah, I would say that Gaston was the villain. I'm going to disagree.
Did he SA her? Did he do anything else other than try to win her over and try to rescue her from a freaking monster? You guys keep ignoring the part where she gets kidnapped by a monster and he leads the city to go try to take her back.
Okay, here's the thing. He had 3 layups ready to go, and instead he went from like the half-court shot with Belle. When you're playing that game, take the high percentage. Go with the layups.
No,
because you're gonna end up looking bad when you take that half-court shot.
When you're in the top 1% of men, you don't go for the 7, you go for the 10. That's what all of these new dating rules have taught us.
Here's
get your red pill of manosphere going.
Here's what I don't understand. Because those other girls were much more endowed Sydney Sweeney style compared to Belle, and you're rejecting them. That doesn't make any sense from the Brahma's perspective, I know.
The Brahma's perspective.
I love what Nate says. Beast was just defending his property.
Exactly.
Property rights.
See, I've already turned Nate from one comment to the next one. Just admit it. Gaston is not the villain. He was the hero.
He's not the hero. No, I don't. I disagree completely. He was the beast was cursed. He became human.
We just let monsters take our women. Whatever.
Okay, only if they want to. She was clearly a furry.
I don't even know that term existed when that came out.
But furry?
Yeah.
I think it did.
It definitely didn't when the story was written.
Oh, yeah. No, the furries were a thing then.
To be fair, Gaston didn't need to read. He was paid to lead.
Yeah.
He didn't have time for that. He ate 3 dozen eggs a day, too. So
I mean, this is the Andrew Tate of his time.
Oh my god, that's perfect. There you go, Keri. That's one you can use. Have one of the Legion of Memers put Andrew Tate's face on Gaston when he's looking at the book and like, why are you reading this? It's like, I'd like you to come work for me.
Also, I think the Headless Horseman is just misunderstood. I mean, he's just looking for his head.
So if you watch the whole show, the Headless Horseman wasn't even a demon or anything. It was the dude who didn't like Ichabod Crane.
I know.
Talking to his chick. So he straight up murdered him. And then the Disney short was just like, hee hee, we won't tell.
And then later, the Headless Horseman was Christopher Walken.
Is that
lines?
Is that basically the actual story? Is that it was the it was the dude's boyfriend that faced murdered him?
No, it's really just, it was like a scary story, but
well, no.
Disney changed it in their original short, so
yeah.
So that it was the boyfriend.
Yeah, it was the
the
boyfriend.
one who did it.
Right.
And
is the pink-haired chick the witch from Sword in the Stone?
Yes.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
Remember, she gets into the shape-changing game with Merlin.
With Merlin.
Yep. That movie's super underrated. It's great.
I love Sword in the
is.
Stone, and I love Robin Hood. Those are probably the two best Disney movies ever made.
Yeah, then we got the snake from Robin Hood in the bottom right, and we got Prince John over here in the upper left. Which is really funny because they reused a lot of the key animation
from Jungle Book
to Robin Hood.
Almost every Baloo dancing scene or dancing and singing and going through the forest is Jungle Book redone.
The headless horseman was supposed to be the ghost of a Hessian soldier.
I know.
That was in the Tim Burton.
That was the Tim Burton one.
Yeah.
With Walken.
Yeah. Christopher Walken.
Robin Hood, Little John
Where's
running
my
through
head?
the forest.
Oodle-lolly, golly, what a day.
Yeah. I always liked the story of the headless horseman. I thought it was pretty neat.
There's Zurg down in the lower left too. He was a good one.
Is the demon from Fantasia?
Yeah, that's from I forget what his name is, and then the witches from
Hocus Pocus.
Hocus Pocus in the upper left.
Yeah.
The real villainous thing they did was coming back for that sequel.
Yes. Agreed.
I Spy the King of Nambubu from Bedknobs and Broomsticks, my favorite Disney movie.
Where?
I believe
I watched the movie a number of times.
Where is it at?
Oh, there's the Siamese cats too. That's funny that they have.
Oh
that.
Yeah,
I'm surprised they have that there because they're like, oh, harmful stereotype.
They're Siamese, if you please.
Indeed. And they are Siamese.
Also Siamese if you don't please. I don't know. Without it blowing up, I can't see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not. Maybe.
Oh, was that from Fantasia or was it from Black Cauldron?
No,
the
it's
demon.
Fantasia.
The demon's Fantasia.
Okay.
I don't think they have the Black Cauldron one in here. I'm not seeing it. There's Boogedy from Nightmare Before Christmas. All right, let's.
And I'm sorry, but the stepmother wanting one of her actual daughters to marry the prince instead of her ungrateful stepdaughter. That's
Are you talking about Cinderella?
Yeah,
he is.
All right, she says top left, Lion in the Crown. Oh no, that's Prince John from
Robin Hood.
Robin Hood.
Yeah, I had to.
Now they might have reused it though.
The Great Mouse Detective actually is underrated. That is a good movie.
Yeah, it may have been a reskin from Bedknobs and Broomsticks because
they did that.
There is
all
a
the
character
time.
that looks like that, I think.
But let's see. I mean, look, she was a terrible, terrible stepmother.
Yes, but she was a very loving mother.
I mean, those girls hit the wall at like birth.
Which is why she had to try to cheat on their behalf.
I mean, the family needed to get a little more blended, Adam Sandler style, be happy. Which is funny because Drew Barrymore was in Ever After, which was a live action, right? It all connects.
That's actually a good movie.
You like Ever After?
I do. I thought it was a good movie.
I actually liked the one where Amy Adams, where it was like a live, before they started doing all this live action crap, where it was like she was, a live action
Enchanted.
Princess. Yeah.
Which also had Idina Menzel in it, and that was how she got started with Disney before she did Frozen.
Well, the funny thing too is they did Enchanted too, and they just fucked that story up. They modern audience the shit out of that thing.
Yeah, they made the daughter ungrateful.
They've made redhead Amy Adams basically just disappear, haven't they?
She kind of made bad career choices.
What's like the last movie she was in?
She just did like she's doing. I think an Apple. She was in an Apple show. I think. Let me check.
Well, I mean, she did. Good choices were Enchanted, Talladega Nights, and she did the one sci-fi movie. I can't remember which one it was. It's not
Arrival.
Interstellar. Arrival.
Yeah, that was a Denis Villeneuve movie, I think.
Yeah. What did she do wrong?
Oh yeah, Rival. That was a good movie.
What did she do so wrong that she got blacklisted?
Let me pull up. I'm pulling up her IMDb here for you. Let's see. Like Disenchant. All right. So going all the way back, did you know she was in the made-for-TV movie that was a backdoor pilot that became Cruel Intentions 2 straight-to-video release? That was like her first big break. It was funny.
That's sad.
Yeah. So the sequel to Enchanted was Disenchanted. It's like, seriously. Yeah, 5.6.
Nav's saying American Hustle, Nocturnal Animals. I think I saw American Hustle.
That was the one where it was
I don't know.
abs cam, where they were catching the congressman. It was the movie about it with Bradley Cooper and Christian Bale. So her first big break was Catch Me If You Can, where she was where she was the girl who had braces.
Okay.
You don't remember Catch Me If You Can with Leonardo DiCaprio?
Yeah, I remember it. I don't remember her.
Okay.
Well, that's right. She was
some
in
of the flight attendants, but
Night at the Museum. She played Amelia Earhart.
Yeah,
she was back. Carry on.
Yeah, Talladega Nights was another big break for her, where she played the assistant who became the love interest. She did the voice of Polly in Underdog, the movie, which did not make money. Then Enchanted came out, so that was in the same year, 2007. 2007 was a big year for her. She did Enchanted, and then she was also in Charlie Wilson's War.
Mm. I remember Sunshine Cleaning. I thought that was kind of an interesting concept.
Yeah,
I never watched it though.
Then Night at the Museum, Julia and Julie, Leap Year, which was The Fighter. That was the one that Christian Bale won the Oscar for. She was in that in 2010. The Muppets movie that the one dude from How I Met Your Mother made. Man of Steel by 2013, where she was Lois.
She was also in Her in 2013.
Yeah, Trouble with the Curve, which is underrated Clint Eastwood movie. American Hustle is the one they're talking about, 2013. So 2013, she had a
lot of movies. Yeah. 2014 also, she did a lot.
Yeah, this is where her career was peaking, but I think she got completely derailed, just like a lot of people, by being in the Man of Steel and Justice League. And guess what?
Well, it made her problem.
Yeah, she did Hillbilly Elegy in 2020. She was
greatly acclaimed at that time.
Is that Vance's?
Yeah, she played the mom. She played Vance's mom.
It's before J.D. Vance turned into a monster to everybody on the left. They were all praising it at the time.
Really?
Oh yeah, the left loved the movie and the book.
I didn't realize they had made a movie out of the book.
Yeah, she's going to be in the next Star Wars movie, the Starfighter movie with.
Yeah.
With
is that a movie or a
Ryan
series?
Gosling? Nope, movie.
It's a movie.
Yep.
Well, that's
yeah. She hasn't done much in the last couple of years because, like, the last movie she did is called Night Bitch, that came out in 2024, and
that doesn't sound high tier.
No, it's like 5.5. Disenchanted got a 5.6. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Real Wade Nation, I saw the Twitter post. I only said like 2 or 3 of the villains were good people, and I really only argued for Gaston,
which was completely incorrect.
No, it's not incorrect.
All right, so Eric K came in with a super chat for you.
It's like trying to argue that Goofy is a dog instead of a cow.
He is a dog.
He's a cow. Pluto's
a
a dog. Goofy's a cow.
He's a dog. Just because he's with what's her name?
Because they're both cows.
No, because he is a dog.
Goofy's a cow.
Goofy is a dog.
Eric K for $5. Chitty Chitty Bang Bang had the worst villain. The child catcher will give anyone nightmares. Reminds me of that island that nothing happened. Yep.
You want to know if you want to watch a Disney movie where it makes you think of that island where nothing happened is Pinocchio.
Pinocchio.
Yeah, where they literally build an island to attract that specific demographic.
Okay, it specifically says that Goofy is a tall anthropomorphic dog.
He's a cow.
You're saying that
I've argued with Drunk 3PO, and I'll argue with you guys. Pluto is a dog. Goofy is a cow.
They're both dogs.
No.
And Pete, by the way, is a cat.
I'm not arguing that.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
Cat ears.
Here's the thing. He was married to a dog in Goof Troop.
And that's just wrong. But Goofy is a cat.
And he had one kid that looked exactly like him and one kid that looked exactly like the mom. It doesn't make sense that way.
Cross-species breeding.
Goofy.
By the way, Goofy's original name was Dippy Dog.
Yes.
Doesn't matter.
He's a dog.
He's a cow.
Now you're just being a contrarian.
This is only based on the fact that his love interest is a cow.
Clarabelle Cow.
Yes.
And the fact that Pluto can't talk. And he's the only dog.
Okay, here's the thing. Pete is a cat, right? We're establishing that. You have no problem with that?
Sure.
Minnie has a pet cat that can't talk.
Never seen it.
Goofy's a horse.
Anecdotal.
Davina over here. It's a forbidden romance.
Like a woman and a minotaur.
when Mickey asks Goofy, why aren't you with a dog? And he's like, oh, yuck, I can get the milk for free.
Meanwhile, he is with the dog because Pluto is his dog.
Pluto is Mickey's dog.
I thought it was Mickey's dog.
It is Mickey's dog.
Goofy's the one always walking him. I guess he's just hired labor.
Where do you see Goofy always walking? And what Disney cartoons did you watch as a child? This is not how any of this worked.
You guys are just
This is what the boys in Stand By Me were arguing over. Oh, here we go.
It was this day in history that Comix, Chat, and Chad learned that Goofy is actually a cow. Randall Orser for $6.99 Canadian saw this. Goofy is considered part of the canine family, similar to how a wolf is in the canine family, but not a dog. Yeah, because he's a cow.
All right. Is there anything else?
What are you trying to say? He's a man dog? Everybody else is a dog, but he's a man dog? He's a freaking cow.
He's an anthropomorphic dog.
Jaffo is confirming Pluto is Mickey's dogs. Darren M. Cats and dogs living together in mass hysteria.
How dare you?
Ooh.
Well, I think the retard is the one that spelled dog Deog.
Randall has got it correct. Now you're just being contrarian.
That's what I said.
Yep.
I learned it from the producer of Comix' shows.
We've all learned it from him. I got it was like a couple weeks ago. It was pretty funny. Tox texted me. He's like, why are you so gay? I responded back to him with, I was like, because in another universe, you're my father. I just love texting.
By the way, Brahma,
I just wish you guys knew your Disney lore better.
Dippy Dog. His original name was Dippy Dog. It's not Dippy Cow.
If Goofy is a cow, then Brahma is a cow. Brahma cow. Are you a cow now, Brahma?
Yes, a male cow, a bull.
Hold on, now I got to bring up.
That's why my milk is so coveted.
Here's you missed one meme meme thing, and you might have done it on purpose.
No, I only saw the ones attached to my things.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
Is that Amy Adams?
If this was from like a couple hours
clearly
ago, but
she's
it fit
getting milk for free.
No, but it's amazing how this was from a couple hours ago, but it fits so perfectly.
I know it does.
No,
Look,
what's
it's
amazing is that is the original smoking jacket, the maroon and black one with the checkered pattern on
Yeah. That's seriously.
My soul assassin.
Soul
my guy we
Assassin.
killed in our
Welcome to every other show on freaking YouTube in this sphere. I mean, that's all we do is argue about Disney.
Remember,
this just happened
is-
to be old Disney, not Marvel and Star Wars. Which, by the way, Rey is also a cow.
No, I mean, I'm not going to disagree with that.
that is an utterly wonderful argument.
Yeah.
These
All right, guys,
arguments
let's
are
move on.
Yeah, these arguments are available via sponsorship every week. The super chat goal going forward will be $50, and you can name the topic.
Name the topic? Okay.
If they super chat $50, they can name the topic for the debate.
So if I super chat $50 next week to have us talk about manually masturbating farm animals, you'll talk about that?
It's
Well,
$50
we did on
it's
Friday
Promise
night.
Channel.
That's why this Minotaur is on the screen right now, because he runs it. He's a client of a glory hole where this chick works.
But luckily it's okay. She's a feminist and she's doing it to pay off student loans.
Indeed.
Yes. Don't go looking into female smut books. It's bad for your health.
I've discovered there is a whole, like, because I looked at I made the mistake. I was like, this can't be there's ones with aliens, there's ones with other animal character. It's
Wait, what?
Women have made smut of every variety for every type of male possible to do things to them.
Anything except for a freaking human male.
Oh my god.
Is now
Anything where
doing
they can
insertions.
anything where they can make sure that it is girthy and appropriate for what they want.
Throbbing bratwurst.
Where it's like, look, we
Throbbing
wanted
sausage.
The minimum we're looking for is WNBA mid-court. We want more. But so that's funny. But there you go.
I'm pretty sure it's Scarred copied Kitty.
Yeah. Sorry, copy.
The original OG member of the channel, scarred for life now. Way to go, Chad. Way to go. Or who was it that made the meme? Looks like a Robbie, but
yeah, it was that. I mean, if that's AI, that's some fucking impressive AI.
No, that was Robbie. Release the McCracken.
Yeah, I figured that was a Robbie. He's gotten very good with it.
Oh yeah.
Nate, people talk about porn damaging men's brains, but romance novels are just as bad for women. I know.
I mean, that is actually true because
It sets unrealistic expectations.
Well, and men are visual. Women have to be stimulated mentally.
Yeah.
So it is essentially the same thing for women.
Nothing but
that pickle swished.
The sad thing is the cucumber earlier.
Oh, the brine.
Yeah, vinegar will do that to a guy. That and cold. All right, we're at 3 hours. What do you got coming up, Comix?
I don't know. We'll work on something tomorrow, I guess. I got the day off.
Well, we have a show tomorrow.
We have a show tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see what's going on in the entertainment world and talk about that and
Star Trek.
Oh, what's going on with Star Trek now? Oh, yeah. No,
I don't know. It just happens to always come up.
It's because we're nerds. Well, I mean, I'm a nerd. I'll speak for myself. But yeah, every Monday, Tuesday, 9 p.m. Central, we'll talk about something entertainment related.
Monday, Thursday.
Oh my God. Sorry, Monday, Thursday. I said Monday, Tuesday, Monday, Thursday.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I was in the garage all day fucking cleaning. I'm tired. Don't mind me.
Chad?
The Ascendant Art podcast, Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern, which is our, well, at least my main channel and show. So if people haven't already, I'd appreciate going over there, subscribing, maybe putting in some watch hour work. But other than that, I think Tuesday we should be doing a MadEPAP on Mad's new channel. But you don't need to worry about subscribing to that yet. Subscribe to our channel first over at Ascendant Art, and then you can get around to Mad.
Yeah. Mad's already had one channel up to 1,000 and couldn't get it monetized. Let's let these guys have a chance.
All I'm hearing is he couldn't give it up.
That's pretty much what happened.
Oh.
But you got to be careful because apparently since you keep showing up, Comix, we're all 4 co-hosts now, because even though Mad only shows up once about every 2 months, he considers himself a co-host.
I don't know. I mean,
he doesn't even remember what day and time the show is on.
No. Fair enough.
He doesn't remember what day and time his shows are on. So, I mean,
this is true.
we do remind him every Tuesday, hey, we need the story. Or you do, at least. So I would like to thank everybody who super chatted tonight. I would like to thank Eric K for the 5 gifted subs or memberships. Copy Kitty, $10 on the YouTube side. Well deserved. I hope you guys enjoyed the extra hour. That's not exactly what the show is usually, but I think we had a fun, goofy discussion. Goofy's a cow.
Dog.
Cow.
He is a dog.
Gaston's a hero. But I hope everybody has a great week and a fantastic Labor Day.
Turn Gaston in like some Dark Knight Batman story where he's not the hero we need.
I am not the only one who thinks this. You go search it. There are tons of people who think this. Gaston was the hero of that story. Just like
sure
Ginny is the villain of Forrest Gump.
Look, don't you compare Gaston to the villain
it's
that is
Jenny.
Jenny.
Same thing.
Jenny's just a fucking bitch.
Jenny, yes.
Jenny was
just
not looked at as a bitch at the time.
No.
It's only in retrospective that everybody has come to know that Jenny is a bitch who gave Forrest Gump AIDS.
Okay. We don't know that he got AIDS.
We don't.
She might have had hepatitis B. They didn't vaccinate people for that back then.
Sure. Now you're sticking up for freaking Jenny.
No, Jenny is like one of the worst people of all time. She only cared about Forrest once he was a billionaire, and she hoisted.
This asshole will stick up for any villain.
I'm about
except
to
for
tear
Gaston.
Jenny. I'm about to tear Jenny down. Jenny was terrible. I don't think Forrest Gump Jr. is Forrest, clearly.
He's definitely not. It's whoever gave her AIDS.
We never see, like, they cut away. I don't think she ever, she told Forrest what they did was sex, but it wasn't.
He never got anywhere near there. He had already, blown the load long before there was anything going on.
Look, he didn't know which place it was supposed to go. Jenny was ready to go whichever zone. So she just had him, she had him go through the, the other door. And yada, yada, yada. She comes back when he's a billionaire with a kid.
Next week on the Bullpen, Extra Time, we deep dive Forrest Gump.
Because Forrest did not deep dive Jenny.
He absolutely did not. Kid's
It was,
not his.
it was
He
more of
got
an
AIDS.
orbital strike.
He got screwed.
Not by Jenny.
Not by Jenny. That's why the kid's smart. Not like me.
Indeed.
You got a woman back in.
To answer your question, Scipio, only when it comes up.
What?
Politics. So he's asking if we still talk politics on the channel. I mean, we kind of did Thursday. Well, like I said, only when it comes up.
Yeah, sometimes I sneak it in. Sometimes you do. But for the most part, it's entertainment on Monday, Thursday, and Comix comes here now to get his political fix. Mark Daly for $5. Post 911, I've said every passenger should be required to take a shot of whiskey or a piece of bacon before boarding. Those who refuse both don't fly. I am down with that rule. As long as we're offering bourbon as a type of whiskey.
Well, remember the thing
You're
is
allowed to do stuff
to
hide it.
That is also true. Kind of like Barack Obama was like, "No, I'm a good Christian man. By the way, praise Allah."
He ended up with a kid who sees dead people. That's a shit deal. Oh my god. Go with it with Forrest Gump being the prequel to The Sixth Sense, where, you know, this kid, like, the reason that's not his real mom, she just took custody.
She's Forrest's second wife.
Yep. You take this kid, he sees people. He says he sees mama.
Since Mark super chatted it, we'll go on with the continuation. Jews can't eat bacon, but are fine with booze. The Mormons can't drink, but are fine with bacon. We're hitting all the groups.
Well, the funny thing is most secular Jews eat bacon, so.
Well, this was a fun show.
I enjoyed the extra hour.
Yeah.
And I thought the first 2 hours were very educational, I hope. I mean, technically it's just a whole bunch of idiots who look at a whole bunch of clips and also try to be as understanding as we can of what's going on with politics. And then there's also Chad, who ties everything to the Ottoman Empire. But we do what we can for you. So hope everybody had a great night. And I hope, like I was saying, you have a great Labor Day. For everybody who has the day off, enjoy it. I think we all three have the day off, so
yep.
I'm going to be doing some Path of Exile 2 all day because the new season came out Friday, and I've been occupied most of the weekend, but tomorrow is truly nothing, so maybe I'll even stream some of it, but I've heard that the new season is extremely difficult because they said they were buffing everything, and they didn't seem to do any buffing, so we'll see. Everybody have a great week. We'll catch you later. Here's the outro. Sorry, I couldn't update it. We had family over for Labor Day weekend, so it's last week credits, but good night.
Bye.
And now, after we said bye, we continue talking.
That's what we do.
That's what we do.
And
just
you know who also
needs to
talks?
hear the lyrics to this.
Goofy, who is a talking dog. Who also talks. Got nothing on that one, do you? That's right, he's a dog.
No, I was looking at Mark, his comment, Sharia law means no beer, no bacon, and no booze, and one of those three is casus belli.
I believe that when they are on a mission,
the thing is, Islam
go
says
after
you can
them.
do whatever in the name of spreading Islam, including lie or break almost any tenet, I believe, in order to gain approval where you're going to try to infiltrate or kill. That's my understanding.
I believe you're correct, because that's why they were allowed to go. They went to strip clubs, they drank booze, they did.
Well, because that's the reason why I brought that up, was because of that.
Yeah.
Cheesy
They
Bird
can't
says
eat bacon
Muslims
unless
can eat
they
bacon.
can.
Yeah.
I will have memberships updated next week.
That's right, because we got, was it 5 more?
Yeah, Eric K with 5 more.
To answer this one, yes, the graping is unlimited for non-Muslim women.
And not necessarily women or grown people.
Yeah.
That's what we're seeing all across Europe. Does the song cut out like every 2 seconds for you guys?
I haven't muted so I can hear you guys talk.
Yep, I was just muting because it gets hard to hear you when this is going on.
Yeah.
Sounds like it's pretty solid.
Wife and I hosted a Muslim kid, and he did eat pork with us.
That's I don't know. I'd watch out if he was planning on something.
Hope you had only blunted knives in the house. Butter knives only. Europe style.
I still can't believe the fact that they've got to the point where, I mean, I can, but still, the whole thing with the knives, butter knives, it's fucking ridiculous.
I'm more concerned with the freedom of speech saying, I love bacon gets you arrested.
Well, I mean, it's a symptom of a greater problem. I mean, it's all fucking related. I think it's appalling the fact that in order to get a pothole paved, you have to paint a fucking, picture of your flag to get it done.
We'll see what the right can do, because I believe, from what I've seen online, both Australia and the UK are doing a basically, loyalist of the country, actual patriots rise up. I think in the UK it's supposed to be September 13th, and I'm not sure when it is in Australia, but there is supposed to be actual patriots gathering.
They're all
in
just
the
going to get
streets.
fucking
They're
arrested.
trying to organize it.
Yeah.
If you get a big enough group, they're not going to be able to do it.
No, I think they will. I think they will.
We'll see. I mean, if they do arrest them all, the whole UK is lost.
Yeah. I mean, it's look at the shit that Vlad the Impaler did. I mean, he would literally wipe out villages of people.
Yeah. I'm rooting for him. I think we over here in the West should be rooting for those that will stand up.
Yeah. Yeah, they should. It's definitely going to be a litmus test and see how lost the UK actually is at this point.
Yes. Kind of like the truckers were in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.